Riggs and Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Good morning. Hey. Good morning. Okay, just how about morning? How about just morning?
With a U?
With a yes. Well done. With a U. Yeah. How y'all doing? Carmichael Dave, Christopher Law, Jason will be back next Thursday. Remember, we will be in Monday for your listening pleasure.
Maybe.
I just want to be honest. I wish we just scheduled our vacation starting today. To be really, really clear, I'm cranky. I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk about the Kings. We are obviously going to be here and talk about the Kings. But I'm just being honest, man. I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk about it myself. But we're going to. Bad enough last night, not knowing the next 4 hours. Yeah. How you doing? Why don't you guys talk about it? I think that's what we should do today. Just all calls for 4 hours. You guys want me to talk about it? Now, I'm going to talk about it, and then people are going to agree or disagree, don't care. Then they're going to fight about it. Then everyone's going to get, that's the worst part is then, the fan base turns on each other, even though we all want to win. That's a dumb idea.
Why are you a mouthpiece?
Right, exactly. Show mouthpiece. Or
why do you hate this team?
Why do you hate this team? Oh, I don't tune in to hear this. I don't tune in to hear all this negativity. Like literally nothing I can say. I mean, honestly, we have the autonomy on this show, if I'm being truly honest. No one's going to yell at us if we decided to do all. Like, if I honest to God, if I had like a really good topic I could carry for 4 hours, that's what I would do. That has nothing to do with the Kings. Like, we could do that. We could literally do like best movies. I have a playlist on Spotify of like my favorite modern Christmas songs. Like not modern Christmas songs, but like my favorite Christmas song is Oh Holy Night, right? So I have all these versions of Oh Holy Night, like rock versions, a ska version.
Oof.
Yeah, it's rough. But instead, it's going to be a bunch of passive-aggressive or aggressive talk about some bunch of dudes playing with their basketballs that, didn't do the right thing, and the laundry lost, and we're so invested in it that we're going to watch the whole thing, and then we're going to get mad about the thing, and then we're going to talk about the whole thing. And this is the Christmas holiday season. Everyone's going to have their ideas on how to fix it. Everyone's full of garbage, myself included. We're all full of, we don't know. We don't know. We think we know. We think we know. But we do not. We have no idea. So what are we going to do? We're going to sit around and talk about it for 4 hours, and nothing's going to happen. Well, if something happens, it sure as hell isn't going to be because we're talking about it for 4 hours. Which is really weird because in real life, like one of the biggest arguments I get in with my wife over time is I don't vent, and I don't like venting. Venting to me is pointless. She will come home, and thank God my daughter's old enough now to where they can kind of have adult conversations. Thank God for that. But she'll come home and she'll flop down on the couch and we're eating dinner and just, here's what my day was. The kid did the thing and then the other thing and then this one guy and then, whatever the job thing is. And I want to say to her, which I can't because it sounds terrible, but I do not talk about my job. when I get home. I don't talk. It could be the mayor was on today, and then De'Aaron Fox came on and said a thing, and then all these like crazy things, right? How was work? It was good. How was your day? That is 100% my response. Well, I don't, not 99%, 100%, unless I got like fired or a raise or promoted or something. There's something like that I would mention. But every day, I think it's just part of her process, and she's far from alone. I think that's actually a normal human thing. I'm the abnormal human. Shocking. And I don't get venting because what are we doing? Like, what I do like is there a problem? Are you having a problem? You are. Let's identify the problem, and then let's talk about ways to solve it. What can we do to fix this issue or make it easier to deal with next time it comes up? That's my thing. But then I bring that up, and I've been told many times very specifically, I don't want to, I'm not saying this to you to solve it. I'm saying this to you because I just want to talk about it. I don't understand that. What is the point of wasting the energy and talking about it if you're not going to try to solve it?
What is the point of just talking and not doing anything?
Yeah, that's my point. You see what I'm saying?
No.
But then God's funny little joke is that my career is based around talking about things and doing nothing about them. That's a thing that are even less consequential. At least she wants to talk about job and family things and vent about that. I'm venting about dudes who are way younger than we are, that have more money than we'll ever have, that didn't make the basket. You know what I'm saying? It's really kind of pathetic, honestly. It's one of those times where it's just look in the mirror and go, what are we doing with our lives? What am I doing with my life? Why is this so important? There's like real issues in the world. Why are we going to spend 4 hours talking about the defense, the lack of depth? Need to make a trade. Don't make a trade. Trade for this guy. Don't trade for that guy. What about this starting lineup? What about that bench? What about this player? What about that coaching? He said the thing. Well, he said the thing. Well, he didn't react to the thing. Well, he reacted to the thing, but he didn't execute the plan. Who's going to get fired first? Who's going to get traded first? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Well, one person knows. Maybe two. But they're not on the radio or TV or newspaper. There's an entire industry built around talking about things that nobody knows the answer to. I mean, at least with like Adam Schefter, Woj, formerly Woj, Shams, they have sources and they'll hint at things, reporting things. I get that. That's news. That's not what we're going to do today. What we're going to do today, and I can promise, I'm just warning you right now, our entire job is based around trying to get people to tune in and listen. I'm telling you, I'm just going to be miserable today. I would not listen to me today. I would tune. There's like Mix 96 right now has Christmas songs. There's that. You can grab some country on KNCI, our sister station. Maybe go through some of our podcasts from the past. Some after great wins. Because all I'm going to do today is just bitch. For the next 3 hours and 50 minutes.
We've got Friday Funny Games in there at some point.
Yeah, I am kind of looking forward to that in celebrity birthdays.
Probably should come up with a game.
How about winning a basketball game? That would be Friday Funny Games. There we go. Just blocking people on the chat already. People I would never block before. Why? Don't want to deal with it. Not today. Nope. Actually blocked people on Twitter last night. Not a big blocker. I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I don't like the message it sends. Rather mute them, but I wanted them to know they were blocked. Yeah, just salty. Oh, here we go. I mean, we'll have Greg Pop on at 9. That's cool. Although we're having Greg Pop on at 9 to talk about a meaningless game this weekend in Miami for the most underachieving team in the NFL that I happen to be a fan of. Brendan will come on at 8, and we'll talk about what we're talking about right now. Dave Richard will come on at 7 a.m. for fantasy football advice, in which I'm out of the playoffs in both my leagues, but I will do that to serve you. Yeah. I know what I want for Christmas. Maybe that's the fun radio angle we'll take today that's never been done before on any station ever, every year. What should the Kings ask for Christmas to help them win? This is what I'm talking about. There's a perfectly understandable question in the chat. Okay. Although the guy keeps calling me Carmichael. Is it clear that Mike Brown has lost the locker room is the question. I don't know. I have no idea. I can guess. My guess is the same as yours. We watch the same stuff. We see the same quotes and clips. I don't know. Here's the bottom line today. Here's the theme of the show. We have a theme for every show behind the scenes. A title. Here's the theme. I don't know. I have no idea. Don't ask. You can ask. I don't know. Tell you what I think. Don't know. No clue. This is probably, weirdly enough, I think, I said this before, I think this is the most dislikable Kings team I've ever been around. Not on a personal level. They seem like fine chaps. Fine chaps indeed. I just don't know that there's been a more... Is this the most underperforming team on paper we've ever had? That's the question. 40 years? 40 plus years? Or 40 years. Is it 40 years? 95, 05, 50. Yeah. I had to count on my fingers. It's just lame. So we'll take a break. A long one. Oh, good. Hey, you know what? Look at this. Hey, I'm looking at this shot sheet. We got big breaks today. I love it. Less time with us, more time with our sponsors. I love it. 4.5 minute break here. 4.5 minute break. Oh, no, 1.5 minute break. Sorry. Then a 4.5 minute break. Is that right? 1.5 minute break right now, and then a 4.5 minute break.
You know, now that I'm looking at these,
Oh, no.
I don't think but here's the thing though. They're a little bit longer.
Yes. So you gotta put the right breaks in here.
Like that last break, I think we need to get out at 6:58. 6:48.
6:48. Well, right now it says it's a 6.5 minute break.
It's a 7.5 minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. More commercials. Love it. Love it. Thank you to our partners for making me have to talk less. All right, we'll take a break. Whatever. What the hell? Leading off is next.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of, with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town, and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Inbounds pass to Jordan McLaughlin, and that will do it. The Lakers come into Sacramento, and they win for the second time this season against the Kings. 1 win in Los Angeles, 1 now in California's capital city, and that has certainly put a dent in the hopes of the Kings, who now slide to 13-15, alarmingly 6-9 on the home floor. Lakers improved to 6-9 on the road with the win.
Yeah, 113-100. It was 37-28 after the first quarter. That's really all you needed to know. Kings outscored the Lakers 30-25 in the second. That was the big win. Kings scored 42 points in the second half. They were held to 22-20. The Kings shot 45%, 38%, which, by the way, if they'd shot 45 and 38, 45 field goal, 38 3-point in every game this year, let's say, they would have a better record. What's funny, sort of, they shot 68% from the free throw line. I don't know if that's a season low, but it's close. 15-22. Wouldn't have made a difference. 15 turnovers to the Lakers 10. They were out rebounded by 10, out assisted by 5. The Lakers actually shot lower from the Lakers shot 40.4% and 36.4%. They did make 25 of 30 free throws, but they also had 12 more field goal attempts. There's your ball game. There's your difference. There's your ball game. There's your difference. Bench points. 19. Excuse me. 19 for Sacramento. 19 for Sacramento. D'Angelo Russell had 16 off the bench alone. 19 bench points. And, yeah, I mean, I can just read stats all day. That's boring. 4 of 13 for DeRozan. 7 of 17 for De'Aaron. I mean, hell, at least the bench. Let me count it up here. 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 7 of 13. There you go. 7 of 13 shot the bench, including 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. I would take those percentages. Yeah, Jay Crowder did not get in the game. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer is. Russ is blaming Vivek. So there you can do that. They blame him. He says, shame on me for giving Vivek props this week. He ruined the team. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Blame who you want. Kings are embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and you got the best fans in the NBA that are going to these games, and 9 of 15 times they've gone this year, they've come home disappointed. That's like circa 2012 stuff for a team that has 2 borderline, if not all-stars, and DeMar DeRozan. Yeah. That's your Sacramento Kings. I actually prefer it when they're just bad. When they're just bad, at least I can understand. Hey, well, they're just not good. There's nothing worse in sports than a team that is talented and underperforming. It's actually sad. But here we are. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
And there's Herbert just launching it in the air, and that's going to do it. Chargers sweep Denver. They pick up their 9th win of the season. They move up to the 6th spot in the AFC playoff chase. And they give the fans and the Powder Blues that rolled out to SoFi Stadium a show.
Yeah, it was, I think, 24-13 Broncos at one point. It was certainly, it was 21-13 at the half. I think it got to 24-13. And then the Chargers outscored the Broncos 15-3 in the fourth. They bounced back from their big home loss last week. 9-6 now. The Chargers and Broncos tied up on record. Chargers a 98% chance of making the playoffs. And once again, Jim Harbaugh knows what he's doing, at least the first couple of years. No better coach this first couple of years than Jim Harbaugh. So there you go. So there's a team with a coach that's getting through to his players, and they're responding, and they're achieving, if not overachieving. They're going to be entering the playoffs this year, and it's a great story. It's a great story. Must be nice. Must be nice to have a team that's achieving things. What's that like? I don't know. Number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Come on.
From midfield, pressure coming. Purdy hit. Purdy sacked. Game over. Christian Roseboom clinches it. The Rams have a 3-game winning streak, and they sweep San Francisco 12-6 the final. LA has won 3 in a row against the Niners for the first time in 23 years.
Yep. Well, here we go. The Niners are back in action this weekend. How about that? They're in Miami. They're taking on the Dolphins, which would be weird if they were taking on the Jags. I don't know why I said that. I'm just really not engaged. Niners, Dolphins, 1:25 our time. Brock Purdy, Devon Achane, George Kittle. Miami's favored by 1 in this one. Both teams are 6-8. Who'd have thought that if you told me Miami and San Francisco would be playing December 20th, if you told me that last summer, I would not have guessed that both teams would be 6-8. If you told me they'd have the same exact record, my response would have been, wow, what a great year for Miami. What a great year for Miami. Good for them. Mike McDaniel versus his old mentor, Kyle Shanahan. So there should be offense galore. 44.5 is your over-under. It would be higher. There are other teams with higher over-unders. The problem is that there's just not a lot of talent playing on both teams. The Raiders will host the Jaguars also at 1:25. That is must-see TV. That is must-see TV. Mac Jones under center for the Jags. Mac Jones versus Aiden O'Connell is the matchup we've all been waiting for, with two teams having a combined record of 5-23. The Jags 1-6 away. The Raiders 1-5 at home. Favored by 1.5. I think for the Raiders, there's two things going on right now. Number one, keep losing and get that pick. Number two, can we get Brock Bowers to 100 catches? He's at 90 catches, 968 yards, 4 touchdowns. And I think what's more amazing about Brock Bowers and those numbers is look at the team he's surrounded by. Look at who's throwing him the ball all year. I'm a Raider fan. That's the thing I'm feeling really good about this year. You found yourself an absolute gem. An absolute gem in Brock Bowers. Good for you, Raiders. Good for you guys. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's relive this all over again as the Kings lose And as if watching it or listening to it the first time wasn't bad enough, we're going to replay audio of the Kings losing last night. So at 6:30 in the morning, you can get your emotions going all over again. So we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we will just be masochists. We'll do that right after this. Word from American Energy Heating and Air. Can I find the game? Hold on. What game are we in here? Oh, there we are. Sorry. I couldn't find it. Now I found it. Bill wants me to cool the self-indulgent flow. I'm not that guy. Fun for a bit. Bill, I would change the channel. If you think it's a self-indulgent flow, I'm telling you, you're going to get 3.5 more hours of this. Send a letter. Don't care. Not in the mood. Sorry, Bill. Move on. Or keep listening and whining. Don't care. Not in the mood. Don't want to be here. Don't want to talk about this team. Have no interest in it. Not a bit. How I feel. That's it. That's the message. What I will tell you, though, is the one thing you can get out of listening to the show today is you can save some money. $49 tune-up at American Energy Heating and Air. Yeah, it's normally $119, but they're feeling the holiday spirit. $49. And by the way, if your system's 10 years old or older, yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's free. If it's free, it's me. If it's free, it's you probably. It's a safety inspection. It's a duct inspection. It's making sure everything in your furnace is good before you really start ramping that thing up this winter. If you need a repair, $50 off your first repair. If, God forbid, you need a new furnace, half off. Not going to find that anywhere else, especially from a company that's been around since 1981. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since then. A+ Better Business Bureau. Give them a call. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. We're back with a replay of last night's nightmare for your listening pleasure next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Craig Ashton with the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. It may sound contradictory for a personal injury firm to wish you a safe holiday season, but we at Ashton & Price wish that no one has to suffer an injury in an automobile collision. But if you're an accident injury victim, you can lean on Ashton & Price to do all the legal legwork and introduce you to the best medical care providers in the area. So during this holiday season, you can focus on your health and your family. So from all of us at Ashton & Price, we advise you to have the happiest and safest of holidays.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, you got to tell me what's going on for the Wrap Up the Year sales event.
Wrap up our biggest savings of the year with up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram heavy duties. Plus, with over 400 new Rams available, including the hard-to-find heavy duties, your perfect truck is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
That's a huge selection of Rams, and that's why Hoblet's the top Ram dealer in California, Chad.
Not only do we have great deals on new Ram trucks, the Hoblet family dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Start selecting save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 tradesmen's after 10,500 factor rebates and 6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 3,000 Hoblet inventory coupons while supplies last, 2,000 trade-in assistance on qualifying trades, 500 upfit, 2,000 California commercial business bonus cash, business ownership, and 500 upfit required. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 357313. See dealer for details.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Most people know that the term birdie in golf refers to a score of 1 under par, but where did the term originate? According to Scottish Golf History website, it comes from the early 20th century American slang term bird, which meant anything excellent. While a 1911 edition of Maclean magazine described a golf shot as bird straight down the course about 215 yards, the country club in Atlantic City lays claim to the first use of the word birdie. In 1898, A.B. Smith was playing the par 4 second hole when his second shot went within inches of the hole. That was a bird of a shot, he said, and claimed he should get double money if he scored 1 under par. He did indeed hold his putt, and the group thereafter referred to such a score as a birdie. In 1913, acclaimed writer Bernard Darwin wrote in the September issue of Country Life of his visit to America. He explained that it takes a day or two for the English onlooker to understand that a birdie is a hole done in a stroke under par. And now you know. That's Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist?
You don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Ho, 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 ho. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
From the 209, you can text us at 916-339-1140. Good morning. As I just sat down in my car for a 55-minute commute, I have a question about last night's game. Should I listen to my Spotify playlist or an audiobook? I would say either playlist or audiobook, depending on the audiobook. I don't like cliffhangers. So 55 minutes is long enough to get through the book, which I doubt. Or if you already started it and you can finish it, because that sucks having to go to work and you're wondering what happened to the thing. I mean, you can ask your question about the game, but I'm not going to give you a good answer because I don't know.
I can't do fiction audiobooks.
I've tried. I can't listen to audiobooks.
I can do like someone telling their story, like an autobiography or something like that. The only problem is like when there's dialogue, it's a lot of, what did you say? She said.
Yeah,
I said I'm over here.
That's weird.
He said. It's just like when there's dialogue back and forth, it's like, oh, this is so.
And are they and like when there is dialogue, are they doing the voices?
Depends. Oh, the other. So I listened to a couple of wrestling ones, and they obviously don't know how to pronounce the names, so that's always funny.
That takes you right out of the realism. See, part of the fun of reading is you make the voices and all that. That's all in your head, The voices are in your head.
Like there's a New Zealand wrestler called Fale, and in this book they kept calling him Fail. So Fail came up to us and
then,
said,
you think somebody might point that out. By the way, over in England, I noticed this too. They call a chicken a chicken fillet. They call it a fillet. It's not fillet, it's fillet.
I guess that's how you would say it in English.
I guess. So that my question for them was, so you guys, do you have any chick fillets over here? Which the answer, of course, is no.
They love chicken over there.
They love chicken over there.
Like fried chicken, like every chicken tender place.
Everyone. And most of them are not great. Chris keeps asking about the drones all week. That's another conversation. Yeah, here. You want my take on the drones before we get to Stupid Kings audio? I'll give you my take on the drones, Chris, since I'm in the mood and you're asking me and you've been asking all week. I don't know. But you know what I do know is a bunch of people are sitting around on the internet obsessing over these drones. You don't know either. Let's all gather around on the internet and yammer at each other about what the drones could be without knowing what the drones are and freak each other out. Or not freak each other out. Maybe they're horrible drones and we're all going to die. Well, you don't know. I don't know. But let's spend a lot of time talking about it. I don't know. How the hell am I going to know what the drones are? Why are you coming to me with that? Oh, nobody knows, but you know what? The sports guy, he's got the right take. What do I think about the drones? I don't know. I have no idea what they are. I do not care. Can they play defense? Can they play the 4? That's what I care about. Here's Keegan Murray, who everybody hates, apparently.
Here's Davis driving inside. Block from the backside. Keegan Murray with weak side help. Keegan going end to end. Two-hand flush off the dribble. It took 3 minutes and 7 seconds, but the Kings finally are on the board. They trail 7-2.
Austin Reeves starts a fast break and dishes to a first-round pick of the Lakers that's playing this year. What's that like? I don't know. What's it like to have a first-round pick play? No idea.
Herter with a rebound. Kings pushing 3-on-3. Pass in the post to Keegan Murray. It's broken up. Reeves makes the save and the steal. Lead out pass to connect. He drives by Fox and lays it in.
Now we enter the banana in the tailpipe part of the game. The second quarter when the Kings start coming back and get into it.
Yep, Keegan has it. The Kings are running. Ahead of DeMar DeRozan on the right angle. Slows, hits a trailing Sabonis down the lane to the rim. He scores! Sabonis in transition. Now has 8 points.
Hey, how about more great things from the Kings that won't matter eventually?
Deflection by DeRozan. Grabbed by Sabonis. Sabonis gallops across the logo, sets up an alley-oop. De'Aaron Fox on the receiving end. I'm sorry, it wasn't Fox. It was Malik Monk. And Monk now has scored 12 points.
They even tied it up in the third. Even took a lead at one point.
Here's Monk attacking from the left. No look pass. Sabonis. Another rip coming off the dribble right down the middle. Anthony Davis, Henry, turned over to attend to Malik, who had a alleyway toward the basket, and Malik with that no-look pass. That was a super assist.
Listen to that crowd trying to will the team to victory. Well, the fourth quarter came around, and that's when teams that are, not head up their butt do their thing, and teams with head up their butt do their thing, as we saw. But here's some highlights. Here's Isaac Jones, who had a great dunk from Kevin Herter. Love this part, actually.
Fox has it. Kings push. Lead pass ahead to Herter. Sets up an alley-oop. Isaac Jones with the catch and the throw down for 2.
How about a Keon Ellis fly through the air dunk?
Here comes LeBron downhill. No foul call. He couldn't believe it. Jones knocked it away. It's grabbed by Fox. Ahead to Keon Ellis with a rip. Well, that gets Kings fans excited. We're back to a 3-point game at 91-88.
Keep getting excited. 3-point game. Fox hits the midi. Here we go.
Sabonis now takes the dribble toward the right wing. 2-point range. Hands to Fox. Curls to the left. Stops at the free throw line. Launches and hits a 15-footer. That was normal rhythm for De'Aaron Fox.
But in the end, just like against Denver, except this time they didn't blow a 10-point lead. They just kind of said, hey, Lakers, here's a game for you. Here you go, Austin Reeves. Take it.
Davis grabs rebound number 19. Quickly ahead to LeBron. LeBron on the left angle to an open Reeves for three, and there's a dagger.
Uh-huh. Well, there you go. Disappointed G-Man time. Final score, final call.
Inbounds pass to Jordan McLaughlin, and that will do it. The Lakers come into Sacramento, and they win for the second time this season against the Kings. One win in Los Angeles, one now in California's capital city, and that has certainly put a dent in the hopes of the Kings, who now slide to 13-15, alarmingly 6-9 on the home floor. Lakers improved to 6-9 on the road with the win. And as we've mentioned a couple of times, same clubs Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
$174,200,273 is what the Sacramento Kings salary is this year. So that's what you get. Exactly middle of the league. 15th. Yeah, they say you get what you pay for. Not really. Not even there. The Sacramento Kings, I'm doing math here, are the 22nd best team in the NBA. So they're actually not even performing to the level of their salary. And they have a team like Oklahoma City, whereas the Kings are 15th in payroll, OKC 24th, Houston 25th, San Antonio 27th, Orlando 28th. All teams, Memphis 18th. All teams below Sacramento in payroll. 6-9 at home. Disjointed. Coach calling people out publicly. Players, whether it's to local media or on podcasts, talking about the things they got to do. Everyone knows what the problems are, but it just stays the same. Again and again and again and again and again. I want to do it 26 times in a row, but I'm not gonna. But you get my point. A lot of empty seats last night, someone says. I wasn't there. If that's the case, get used to that. This keeps up. I'd rather go get my taint waxed than pay to go see that. Or hell, see it for free. And everyone's sitting on their hands right now. Everyone's sitting on their hands right now. And you know what? The season slip away. And we're not even to Christmas yet. So that's your theme today, guys. Stuff going on and ain't nothing happening. We'll take a break. When we come back, 1-800-920-1140. If you have your thoughts, you don't want me just droning for 4 hours, well, feel free. We got audio from Mike Brown, players as well. Before we get to Dave Richard at 7 a.m. It's Carmichael Dave, Christopher Laud. We'll be right back after this.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You know I'm a huge fan of their SUVs and sedans, but they also have a huge Vans fleet center. Listen up, business owners. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of tax deductions. They have the perfect van to power your fleet, including the new fully electric e-Sprinter alongside their very reliable diesel options. And even if you aren't a business owner, let's say you just want one for personal reasons. Maybe you want to go out on the town with the fellas or with the ladies, or maybe you want to take the kids on a road trip. Well, their vans are fully customizable. So check out Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now. You can choose from their dependable diesel models or even go all electric with the new eSprinter. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now and check out their fleet center. Or, of course, you can go online at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, MediShare members like it a lot. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And MediShare is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before December 31st and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is December 31st. So call now and you'll save even more. Here's the number, 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE, 877-26-BIBLE.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
The holiday driving season is here, and my good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an awesome holiday oil change special going on right now. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for up to 5 quarts of full synthetic motor oil with the online coupon. Go visit jiffylube.com right now, find a location near you, and get that $33 off full synthetic oil change coupon now. Most vehicles are covered, especially vehicles and diesel are extra. You got to show the coupon for discount. See the store for details. Happy holidays from Jiffy Lube.
Hey, it's time to open up your calendar app for some incredible live events coming your way. This is the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar, bringing you the hottest shows in town. Kick off 2025 with country superstars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean. They're hitting the stage at Thunder Valley on January 10th for a night of hot country hits. Then on January 11th, laugh until your sides hurt with comedy legend Bill Engvall. He's performing live at Thunder Valley, a show you won't want to miss. And the one and only Justin Timberlake is bringing electrifying energy to the Golden One Center on January 15th. This is your chance to see an icon in action. For a more intimate vibe, catch Bryce Vine at Ace of Spades on January 25th. It'll be an unforgettable night of alternative hip-hop. And finally, looking ahead to February 20th, Old 60 lights up Ace of Spades with their unique blend of rock and soul. Get your tickets now because these shows will sell out fast. For details and updates, visit sacktownsports.com. And stay tuned. This is your ticket to the best live entertainment in the 916, the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. The See, the lines are lit up at 1-800-920-1140. Cowards. No, me to talk about it. Where are you at? Where are you at, guys? Gals? All creatures great and small. Huh? What's your solution? Right. I get it. I don't blame you, to be honest. Dave Richard coming up next. Okay. Let me see if I can find this here. Player audio. You put that in with, where'd you put that, Chris? Is that with Daily?
What are you looking for?
Just stuff from anyone yesterday. Did we get that?
Yeah, it's in the Daily Audio.
That's what I thought. All right. Daily Audio, super easy to find. Welcome back. Here we go. Got a lot of audio. Let's start with the head of the snake, De'Aaron Fox. Talking, not doing.
De'Aaron, there's been a lot of talk when we were talking to Coach about the same things being said, but seeing the same results. How is the team reacting to what Mike has been telling you guys?
I mean, we got to go out there and execute the plan at the end of the day. I mean, once you step out there, you know, obviously you have what he said in mind, but, you know, if you're just thinking about it and not doing it, then at the end of the day, like, that means nothing. So, I mean, a big thing about it tonight was keeping them off the free throw line and them touching our paint. I don't know how many threes they hit that came off of threes that were just like isolation and them just shooting the ball. But I would think at least 10 of their 12 came from after they touched the paint.
Yeah, that's all true. Like I said, everybody says what needs to happen. We can all read stat sheets. That's for sure.
I mean, at some point, you know, especially in this conference, like you keep losing games like this, and then we look back like last year, and you're on the outside looking in. So, I mean, just letting guys know, like, we keep talking about how good of a team we think we can be, and you know, this and this and that and that. But until we're able to, you know, roll off consistent wins or be consistent as a team like that, that means nothing.
Mm-hmm. How about the fourth quarter, Fox? What happened there?
Even through like the first three quarters, we felt like we weren't playing good, and I think we were down like 6. Like we were still in the game. So just being able to execute in that fourth quarter and get stops when we needed and get rebounds when we needed, we just didn't do. So like I said, at some point we have to be consistent with what we're doing.
On my bingo card, I have not crossed off it's a game of runs yet. Let's see if we can do that before the break.
Well, all teams go on runs. Good teams, bad teams. So if we want to be a good team, we have to be consistent throughout the game. Obviously, it's a game of runs, and those things happen. But until we're able to put together a run and try to sustain it, you know, if we're able to hit them, they hit us back, and we're able to respond, then you know, we can't call ourselves a good team. We have to be able to do that, and we've done it for stretches. But to be a good team in this league, you have to be able to do that on a consistent basis. Yes. If not, then you know, you look, like I said, you look at a season, you're like, oh well, we had spurts here where we look good, but everybody has those spurts. So,
I mean, look, this is a team of analysts. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. They know what the problem is. Everyone talks about all the right things to talk about. And by the way, I get it. Maybe they just don't know what the hell to say. I would actually almost rather hear, I would rather hear somebody come up and be like, just one word answers. I don't know. No explanation. Tired of talking. How about that? Let's get to that point maybe where you're just pissed. I don't want to be facing the media. Feel like I feel right now. We'll take a break. When we come back, Dave Richard will switch off of this CBS Sports fantasy football for those of you in playoffs. We'll get some advice from him next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN+. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, layoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or ProDesk for details.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, layoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is finally Friday. Getting out the door to a foggy beginning and a cool start as well. Expect to have some areas of dense fog for the morning drive. For the afternoon, sun and clouds mixing in with highs today in the mid to upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, don't miss year-end savings at Folsom Lake Kia. Hurry in for low payments and zero-down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said, "Maraca, senor," but his nose said, "Hey, freshest scent ever." Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, "Sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing." Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads, way fresher than detergent alone.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Every rose has its thorn.
Get ready for rock legend Bret Michaels, bringing his unforgettable show to the Nugget Casino Resort in Reno on December 28th. Experience all the hits, all the energy with the iconic voice of Bret Michaels. And here's the ultimate rock star bonus, a chance to win a signed guitar from Bret himself, exclusively at the show. Don't miss your chance to rock out and create memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. December 28th, Bret Michaels at the Nugget Reno, where rock and roll dreams come true. The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of, with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town, and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Ready for winter? Forecasters are already predicting record sick days. Don't become a healthcare statistic. Fight sickness with fitness. Create a daily workout and stick to it. Let the Good Feet store help you meet your workout goals. With Good Feet Arch Supports, the pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back become history. And Good Feet Arch Supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or just stop in. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer & Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Ginger.
You know, when it's all on the line, you need a big-time closer, and that's especially true when it comes to your garage door. And that's why I recommend National Garage Door, 638-4554. Whitey Gleason here for National Garage Door. Whether you're looking to repair an existing door or get a brand new one installed, you need National Garage Door. Family-owned and operated. They've been around since 1974 because service is their number one priority. National Garage Door are the region's BSE. It's broken spring experts. Styles, prices, and quality of the new doors will amaze you. Our garage door was starting to sound kind of, and that's not good. So Kevin from National Garage Door came out. He said patching up the old one was an option, but we're getting a new garage door. We're pretty happy about that. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They offer sales, service, and installation on all residential and commercial doors and operators. If you have garage door needs, old ones coming apart, or you're looking to improve your curb appeal, let National Garage Door come through for you in the clutch and be your closer. 638-4554, National Garage Door.
Ho, 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 ho. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right. Some of you who know what you're doing, unlike me, are in your fantasy football playoffs. So 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140 if you want to text, or on the YouTube chat. If you have questions for Dave Richards, CBS Sports Fantasy Guru. Dave, before we get started on fantasy football, might as well ask you because we don't know. Can you fix the Sacramento Kings?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so easy.
Could you maybe do part of your? I would. You can throw everybody a curveball this week. You've got a show coming up. Just maybe the first 15 minutes on the Kings issues and their lack of depth down low or in general, and what they can do to turn it around.
I think just the simple thing to do is I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to say. I don't really watch a lot of NBA basketball. I watch more college than NBA. And the problem right now is that, like, in college basketball, how many big guys are there? Like, you're talking about getting some down low depth. I don't know if you're going to find anybody that's really good. What's the scouting department like for the Kings, Dave?
Horrible, apparently, because
so that's where I would start.
Yeah.
Okay. Because at heart in football, I'm a scout and I love to kind of evaluate players. So I would try and find some people who, whether you got to find them in Europe or in the States, who are good at evaluating young basketball talent, and find some diamonds in the rough. But I'll tell you one place you should not look.
Where?
And that's the University of Miami Hurricanes basketball team. There is nothing there. You don't have to worry about that team to find some depth for the Sacramento Kings.
You know, it's so funny because one of my things through the years, you know, I'm a diehard FSU guy, but I've often said that based on how they do in college, FSU might have the worst record when it comes to transferring into the NBA and performing. Up until a couple of years ago, Dave Cowens was the only all-star to come out of Florida State, maybe Sam Cassell. But through the years, no matter who it is that they bring in, they inevitably suck. And even the guys now, like the guy with Toronto or Patrick Williams.
Patrick Williams with the Bulls has
always hurt, underperformed his draft position. And then Scotty, whoever the hell with Toronto, I don't know why I'm blanking, but he's really good. He just can't stay healthy. It's kind of neat that both of our teams actually aren't great when it comes to producing.
No,
NBA.
but the Clippers are getting something out of Jordan Miller, and you'll remember Miller from the perfect game that he had against Texas in the Elite Eight a couple of years back. There might be a banner behind me.
I thought Shane Larkin would be better, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, Shane, and he was a first rounder, and he bounced around the league a little bit, and I think that hurt him that he couldn't have like one team and some consistency from year to year. And maybe that's, I don't know if that's part of the problem with the Kings, I know that there's definitely some core players that the Kings have held on to.
Right.
I feel like maybe the situation has changed a little bit. Maybe the coaching's changed a little bit more than it should.
I don't know. I'm having an existential crisis today with the listeners. The whole show was just me saying, I don't want to be here. I'm here because I'm getting paid. I watched this team last night. They lost again. They're 6-9 at home. I'm here because I have to be, and I have to talk about it for 4 hours. And everyone wants to know the answer. Nobody knows. I certainly don't know. So we're all just going to sit around and have zero influence on anything and talk for 4 hours about a bunch of dudes playing with balls and making millions of dollars. That's where I'm at right now.
I thought you had some pull with the Kings.
No pull. No, if I had pull with the Kings, trust me, things would be a little bit different than they are right now. Starting with, I don't know, we would have come into the year with somebody at the 4 that wasn't a G League player. So that being said, no pull on that end, but somebody who is educated and professional like yourself can offer us something out of this segment. For example, I want to ask you a philosophical question, as we often, before we get to specifics, we like to get into the philosophy. Just simply, with playoffs having started or starting, what in your experience, you see hundreds, if not thousands of leagues, what is the biggest mistake people make in the fantasy football playoffs?
There are two. Number one is they don't stay a week ahead of the curve. A lot of fantasy managers, smart, savvy fantasy managers, Dave, they were picking up the Falcons defense last week. And they might have even used the Falcons defense last week, but they did it in preparation for this week because they're taking on the Giants. And so teams that don't have like a slam dunk starter, and it doesn't have to be a DSC, it can be a quarterback, can be a kicker, they try and stay a week ahead. But the other mistake that fantasy managers make, and even I'm guilty of this, is getting too cute with lineup decisions.
Right.
And again, you're going to start your stud, but I've had people come up to me this week saying, well, gosh, Lamar Jackson's taking on the Steelers, and it's always a bad game for Lamar Jackson when he takes on the Steelers. Should I start Cooper Rush instead? And I'm just like, listen, man, like I'm ready. If my team goes down, it's not going to be because I benched Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I might, and I might regret it. It could happen that we talk next week and Lamar Jackson has another okay game against the Steelers, but Cooper Rush throws 6 touchdowns. And there are people saying, damn it, I knew I should have started Cooper Rush. And it'll sit with you all year. But I promise you that the odds will say that your team will either stink either way, or you'll feel a little bit better and you'll have a more competitive chance to win your matchup with Lamar Jackson versus a guy who is a legit NFL backup caliber quarterback in Cooper Rush. So don't get too cute. Don't start the guy that you just picked up off the waiver wire unless you really have conviction. There's a couple of guys this week like Brenton Strange in Jacksonville, Jalen McMillan with Tampa, Jerome Ford with Cleveland. Great example. Like those guys are in situations where they figure to get a lot of work. We've seen them be successful. Okay, maybe we can buy into them if we're in a pinch. And there are people in a serious pinch at running back because we've lost so many potential starters in the last 7 days.
Sounds to me like you're saying this is the fantasy football equivalent of the dealer showing a face card, you're showing a 17 or you've got a 17 and you're hitting. It's not best practices. Maybe it works, but just because it works doesn't mean you were right.
Right. And most of the time that will not work. Hitting 17.
So if I were to, let's say, here's another one I saw this week, and then we'll move on to specific players. You and I are facing each other in the playoffs. You have Alvin Kamara. Kamara's out, let's say. I go and I pick up the backup. I don't need him, but I hear who's going to play. I pick that guy up.
That guy.
Say that again?
Kendre Miller.
Okay. So I go grab Kendre Miller. I don't need him. I don't start him, but I'm grabbing him from you. In your mind, I'm not asking if it's legal or not. I'm saying, is that ethical? Are you okay with somebody doing that?
Yes, 100%. That is part of the game that's happening to me in a dynasty league that I'm in, where I had Jordan Mason and Isaac Guerrero, and I was the bet there was Christian McCaffrey is not going to be great, and these are guys that I like long term. And now here I am in the fantasy semifinals. Mason's on IR. Guerrero's not expected to play. My opponent went and picked up. Not only is Patrick Taylor on a roster, but my opponent picked up Keyshawn Vaughn and Israel Abanikanda. These are real people.
Yeah.
Who play running back for the 49ers.
Mhm.
My opponent isn't taking any chances. He's making sure that I can't get my hands on a 49ers running back to replace the guys that I've lost. And it's smart to a degree. I don't know if this is the best example of that, but what you suggested is very smart. Now, what would be unethical is if you, my opponent, knowing that I had Alvin Kamara, you pick up Kendre Miller and then you cut Kendre Miller. And now Kendre Miller's on waivers. And
that's dirty.
And then you go and you pick up Jamal Williams, who's going to be the backup to Kendre Miller in New Orleans. And then you cut Jamal Williams. And you go through the entire list of free agent running backs and you add and cut all those guys. That's unethical. As long as you carry the players on your roster and your roster is legal, fair game. Totally allowed. We call it playing defense in fantasy. And you know what? If that happens to you with Kamara, you should have had Kendre Miller on your bench all along.
You and I are in a league together. There's a guy that's out of it, but we're just before the trade deadline. He's got a couple players I want. I offer him, not a horrific deal, but a deal that nobody should take. But I also offer him off-site $100 to go towards his league fees. Are you okay with that if you're a commissioner?
Is it no, you're not allowed to give something that can't be used in the fantasy league. You can't buy somebody lunch as part of a trade.
Okay.
Now listen, if the trade is fair and then you decide after the trade, I'm going to take my buddy out for lunch, that's a different story. But if it's an unfair trade for the league, but there's a $100 exchange, that's unethical. That's a technical foul. That's not allowed.
Lamar Jackson or Jordan Love?
I'm not only am I going down with the ship when it comes to Lamar Jackson, I'm saying that like even I'm not expecting a bad game from Lamar Jackson. I think the Steelers defense is in trouble. I think this is a Ravens statement game playing at home against Pittsburgh. And certainly after they lost to Pittsburgh, I think they can put up some numbers. And I think Lamar Jackson will actually break through and have a very good game. I'm confident in him. This sounds silly to say he's a top 3 quarterback. He's always a top 3 quarterback. I'm not changing my opinion on Lamar Jackson. The matchup's tough, but it's not impossible. And I think that this Ravens offense will be very good.
Same if the choice was Jackson and Jared Goff, I assume.
Yeah, Goff is someone I am nervous about. He does have a terrible track record of playing in cold weather. 18 career games where it's 50 degrees or colder. He's been over 20 fantasy points 3 times, and only once in 8 games with Detroit. His track record outdoors with Detroit, just regardless of weather, also isn't very good. And his track record against Chicago isn't very good. So I would be a little hesitant to trust Jared Goff for a big game this week, but still a starter.
Patrick Taylor Jr. or Tim Patrick, flex slot PPR?
This is a desperation call. I think you go with Patrick Taylor, because he's going to touch the ball more, I think. We don't know how the 49ers are going to deploy these running backs. Taylor's the one that we're just kind of assuming is going to be the lead guy. He's never been the lead guy before in his NFL career. I would be very hesitant to trust either of them, but I do think that, there's a chance Tim Patrick catches 1 pass for 15 yards.
Sure.
He's been great lately. Doesn't mean he's going to go and be great this week. I would chance it with the running back unknown there. But I'm sorry that's your you really can't get Jalen McMillan off the waiver wire. It's really down to one of those 2 guys. I would check waivers to see who else is out there. Maybe there's somebody better.
Lastly, for you, I've got about 17 different Patrick Mahomes related questions. Mahomes or Stafford, Rodgers, Wilson, Mahomes or Stafford, Mahomes. I guess we can couch that by just giving me your overall thought and ranking of Patrick Mahomes this week.
I'm nervous about Mahomes, Dave. I'm not sure how mobile he'll be because of the ankle. I think push comes to shove, he will run. I just don't think he'll be as fast, and then that he could always re-aggravate the injury, which would be a problem. And he hasn't been outstanding as a thrower this season to begin with. And he's getting Marquise Brown back, but I would imagine a very conservative game plan for the Kansas City Chiefs, where the only way that they'll try and air it out is if they're chasing points in the second half. I don't know if that's possible. I think this could be kind of an ugly-ish, low-ish scoring game between the Texans and the Chiefs. And I've watched the Texans defense twice now over the last week. I watched their game against Miami twice, I should say. They look ready. They look playoff ready.
Fair of me to put Hollywood Brown in the Sammy Watkins All-Stars Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he's there.
what
I
you're
don't know
doing.
if it's a Hall of Fame. I think
It's
we
a
talked about this.
You know what I mean? We have our Alf Hall of Fame. We have our Sammy Watkins Hall of Fame.
I think it's just a hall.
A room of fame.
A room of dudes. A room of sadness.
Right.
I know the city we could build it in.
I know we could. What's going on with what can everybody tune in and listen and learn from your pretty face today?
So listen, this is crunch time in fantasy football, Dave. I would expect that you would know this even if you're not participating in it with your fantasy teams. I'm sorry if that's too soon, but everybody else that's out there and still playing fantasy football, go to YouTube, search for Fantasy Football Today, or I learned this, you can search for FFT CBS. So if you don't feel like typing a bunch of letters, just use 6 of them and a space bar. FFT CBS. Our videos will come up every week. We do start and sit in 2-part episodes. We just wrapped part 2 today. And so it's going to be there waiting for you to help you make start sit decisions. And then today, 10 a.m., CBS Sports Network, we have Fantasy Football Today. We'll talk some player props as well. Get you ready for week 16 so that you can win and make the fantasy finals in week 17.
That's Dave Richard, CBS Sports, absolute guru. Will help you through. Look, these things are won in the margins. That's why you need all the advice you can. I strongly suggest you tune in and watch David. Of course, while you're simulcasting and listening to Alan Stiles at 10 a.m., of course, you can do both. Take notes, do your thing. We don't want to take audience from one or the other. You can run both. People have 2 screens, Dave.
Listen, the best part about the Sports Network show, yes, you can watch live. You can either DVR it or it'll also be on that YouTube channel in a few hours later. So either way, you can listen to Alan, and then, like, when you're winding down today after work, you can watch us on YouTube. Fantasy Football Today.
Bless you, Dave. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week. Good luck
Happy
this weekend.
Holidays, Dave. Happy holidays to you
Yes.
and everybody out there. Merry fantasy points.
One of my favorite things from a few years ago. You know what I'm talking about. Have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you soon, brother. Take care.
You got it, man. Be good.
That's Dave Richard, CBS Sports. We'll take a quick break. When we return, 3 for madness. I ran a poll last night on what the Kings should do. I ran a poll this morning on who to blame. I'll give you those results. 728, the incredible disappointment in being a Kings fan over the years. We have another Kings Rewind at 7:43, and then Brennan will join us at 8 a.m. That's your next 45 minutes. We're right back after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Did you know that replacing garage doors is the biggest return on investment homeowners can get on improvements? Jason Ross here, and let me tell you about the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, a family-owned and operated company with third-generation owners that's been in business for 71 years right here in Sacramento. With new garage doors from Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, you'll not only get the wow factor, but you'll also know that you're working with a well-respected and proven company. Residential and commercial, brand new garage doors, or repairs to existing doors, they do it all. Take advantage of their free at-home estimates on new garage doors, or check out the showroom with no appointment needed. And while you're at it, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and receive $100 off a new garage door paired with a new garage door opener. Check out their website at ohdsac.com or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the Kings. 3 for madness. Question 1.
Dave, you ran a poll on what the Kings should do last night. What are the results?
What are the results from last night? So, poll number 1, which has been going for a while. almost 1,500 votes in. The choices in order are trade around the edges, blow it up, stay the course. I will tell you that when I went to bed, there was a strong favorite, a strong leader, I should say. And there was probably about 600 votes in when I went to bed. So usually that's what will prevail once you get that many votes in. But there has been a change. At 9%, stay the course, which means that 91% of Sacramento Kings fans want to see something different with this team. I think that's probably right with just about every franchise. That's not surprising. The only time I think that would grow is if we were in the middle of a 7-game win streak and there'd be a lot of don't mess with it. But even then, I think there'd be people saying, we need a little bit of help for the stretch run. Here's where there was a flip. Very close, though, at 43%. Now, I've done polls like this for a long time. This is actually the highest I have ever seen this option when it comes to this question, which just tells you about the frustration of this fan base. At 43%, blow it up. Now, to be clear, blow it up, in my definition, is trading either Fox and or Sabonis. I don't even think trading Monk, DeRozan, that's not blowing it up. That's making a major move, but that's not blowing it up. Blowing it up would mean trading De'Aaron Fox and or Domantas Sabonis. 43%. At 48%, trade around the edges, meaning keep your core together, go out, add somebody as significantly as you can. Now, I put another one out about 20 minutes ago just to give you an idea how folks are thinking. Who is most to blame? Players, coaches, front office. At 9%, this actually really surprises me. Not that I'm saying it's wrong, but this actually surprises me. I thought this would be different. At 9%, who is most to blame? Coaches. 9%. At 39%, who is most to blame for this? The players. And at 52%, the front office is most to blame. The construction of this team. Very, very interesting. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Okay. Do you agree with the results?
Yeah, actually, it's how I would have voted on both. I don't think they should blow it up, and I sure as hell don't think they should stay the course. I would say you need to trade around the edges. I said yesterday, I'll continue to say, I think of the realistic moves out there, there is no perfect move, I don't think. I think there is no move out there we're going to see that is realistic, because obviously the perfect move would be to trade Kevin Huerter and Keegan Murray for Nikola Jokic. That's not going to happen. So, and for me, the most attractive move I've seen that's realistic right now would be Huerter, Lyles, and a pick for John Collins. We need a big. We need somebody who can play the 4. As I said, he's at 50, 40, 90. He's efficient. It's not the perfect move, but I have yet to hear of a realistic move that would be better. That could move the needle. That would be that, of course, Dorian Finney-Smith and Cam Johnson, all that. But there's a bidding war going on for those guys, and I don't know what they're going to have to. The Kings meeting, I don't know what they're going to have to put up. That, for all we know, Danny Ainge is Danny Ainging, and I fully acknowledge that. And he's going to want 3 first-round picks and God knows what. But if you're able to grab John Collins for that type of price, I would. I don't think Kyle Kuzma is going to help much, if at all. He might actually make this team worse. And I think Dorian Finney-Smith would be a great acquisition, but it's not going to necessarily help you 3-point shooting. With a little bit on defense. On the other one, who's to blame for this? That's the tougher one for me. I would also put coaching at or near the bottom. I don't know what else Mike Brown and co can do. Now, that doesn't mean coaching may not be the problem. I just don't blame them, and I'll explain. I don't have any doubts that the collective IQ of Mike Brown, basketball IQ of Mike Brown, Doug Christie, Jay Triano, Luke Lautz and friends, I think they're incredibly smart basketball minds. And I don't blame them as much because both in public and privately, they've very much laid out what the problems are. I think their assessment is accurate. And if they're saying it in the media, you better believe they're saying it behind the scenes. So they've assessed the problem. They're trying to address the problem. But there's only so much you can do. Now, Mike Brown has been far from perfect in some of his rotations, his subs, and his starters. But I don't think that's what our main issue is. So not perfect, but for me, of all of those choices, the least to blame. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because generally I blame players first and foremost. You guys are the ones out on the floor. You're getting the training. You're getting the film room. You're getting the conversation. You're getting the strategy. You have to execute it, as De'Aaron Fox said last night, and you're not. And you guys are the only ones that can. Front offices and coaches can't make you dive for the ball or not do the stupid move at half court and turn it over or shoot the three when you shouldn't, whatever. But I think the bulk of the blame for this season so far, fair or unfair, has to go to Monty McNair, Wes Wilcox, and that front office. We said before the season, we screamed it from the rooftops. This is an imbalanced team. This is not a new thing with this front office. They had the same imbalance, a very similar imbalance when they had Tyrese Halliburton. Not the exact parameters, but you had a backcourt imbalance, which he balanced by acquiring Domantas Sabonis, and that's what started this run. You're back now to an imbalance. You could not afford to come into the season and add DeMar DeRozan to an already rough defensive team that has improved despite his below-average defense and his game that isn't exactly conducive to a free-flowing offense. You went in and used Jen McDaniels as one of the solutions at your depth. That's what Monty told me at Media Day when I asked him about it. At Media Day, asked specifically about the lack of depth. And the lack of front court depth has killed this team. The lack of bench has killed this team. You can't make chicken salad out of it. And I don't think that this team is full of chicken. You know what? I think it's a bad mixture of ingredients around the edges. So is there a hot seat? I think so. Is Monty on it? I think so. That vest is getting a little rough around the edges. And I love Monty McNair. I'm very, very public about that. I think he's smart. I like him as a human. I think he's the biggest reason this team has turned it around from, winning 20 games a year. I hope he figures it out. He got to make a move. We'll take a break. When we come back, the incredible disappointment of being a Kings fan over the years. We'll open the phone lines at 1-800-920-1140, and we'll get more of player comments as well, and Mike Brown next.
Know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
The holiday driving season is here, and my good friends over at Jiffy Lube have an awesome holiday oil change special going on right now. Get a full synthetic oil change starting at just $76.99 with a $33 off coupon online. That's right, starting at just $76.99 for up to 5 quarts of full synthetic motor oil with the online coupon. Go visit jiffylube.com right now, find a location near you, and get that $33 off full synthetic oil change coupon now. Most vehicles are covered, especially vehicles and diesel are extra. You got to show the coupon for discount. See the store for details. Happy holidays from Jiffy Lube.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Fabric Talk. Hello, my love. I am your living room carpet. I see everything. I feel everything. After a while, I smell like everything, including Sir Pickles, who you snuggle with while binging that dating show you can't stop watching. So, how about we freshen things up with Febreze Fabric Spray? Ooh, and a big spray for my pals, couch and ottoman? Ah, yes, refreshing. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of, with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town, and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Welcome back. De'Aaron Fox spoke about what they could have done differently.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like with fouls, and then I think I had 2 or 3 minute stretch where I was turning the ball over. Just have to be better in those moments. You know, those are moments that we were fighting back, getting the game to 7, back to 5, back to 4, and then I turn the ball over and it blows back up to 10. So, like I said, it's always about trying to be consistent, especially in those moments where the teams need you. Obviously, we weren't great offensively tonight, so the less amount of possessions that we're getting isn't going to help us.
Mike Brown took the podium next and talked about the identity or lack thereof of the Sacramento Kings.
So somehow, some way, we have to make up our mind and decide who we want to be, because tonight was not a good performance at any level in terms of trying to let the Lakers and everybody else know that we want to get back to where we feel we should be in the standings.
Okay. From the text line, or chat line, I should say, Dave, your thoughts on Sergio Perez being fired from Red Bull Racing? Well, he hasn't won a race. They extended him in June. Mistake. You can't do that. You can't do that and, not win. Verstappen's down, but it's Checo Perez, man. They're making a move. Good guy, good driver, not performing. So, you want to know why? That's why. They made a move. They're not afraid to do it. Domas Sabonis needs the ball more, according to Mike Brown.
One of the things we keep doing, we keep trying to throw Domas the basketball when a small guy's on him. And we keep throwing him a bounce pass. And I tell our guys, if Domas has a small guy on you, you can't throw a bounce pass. You got to seal. Domas got to ask for the ball away from the small guy, and you got to throw it up to his hand. Because if you throw a bounce pass, the pass is slower. Not only is it slower, it's bringing it down to where the little fella can come up with the basketball or deflect it. But time and time and time and time and time and time again, we keep doing it. Not only that, get taught this in middle school. If I see a switch and Domas has a guy sealed and I'm at the top of the floor, I'm going to throw it to Tony on the wing. So Tony has a better angle to throw it into Domas in the post. I'm not going to try to throw it from here because that's a tough angle to throw him the ball. So between the unforced turnovers and a handful of them being us trying to feed Domas in the post with bounce passes or from the top of the floor, it resulted in them shooting 40 points, shooting 40% from the floor, but still scoring 113 points.
Okay, let's talk about that. That is fascinating. Let's talk about that for a second. I played until my sophomore year in high school. That's the extent of my basketball career. JV high school basketball. I was okay. I was fine. I started. I was a big guy, 6'4", played in the post a lot. That's the extent of my basketball career. But here's what I do know. And I imagine there's a lot of people out there that maybe never play that would echo this. Let me see here. Here's a concept. You have a big guy posted up down low or sealed or sealing. Throw the ball up to him so that he can take advantage of his height, grab it with the ball already up in the air and no need to bring the ball up from his waist or knees and risk it being stripped by quick hands. He can simply turn around and convert and we move on. Don't entry passes unless absolutely necessary should not be bounce passes or thrown down low to the big guy where the smaller guys now all of a sudden have the advantage in either stealing the ball or breaking it up. That's literally like 7th grade basketball knowledge. That is not NBA level knowledge. That is 7th grade basketball knowledge. Hey, the tall guy's got a mismatch down low. Lob him the ball. And you've got an actual NBA head coach not only bringing that up in his post game, but saying they repeatedly do it. Now, I can't blame a coach for players doing low IQ stuff other than maybe I would say, Mike, I don't know. Next time you guys are in a team meeting, say the next time I see an unnecessary bounce pass to Domas or Alex or whoever the big is down low, you're coming out the next play. I don't care who it is. I don't know. Like that is just so sad. What are we doing? Hey. Did you go in the locker room and yell after the game, Coach Brown? He was asked that.
No, right. I mean, it's evident we're not seeing it action-wise. I mean, it is what it is. And that's why, I didn't yell at the guys because there's nothing to yell about. They know exactly what we have to do, whether or not we can go do it. And tonight we didn't go do it. And so somehow, some way, again, starts with me. Somehow, some way, I got to figure out how to get them to do it by continuing to drill it, by continuing to show them on film. And if need be, I got to try to find somebody else that can do it.
One more quote from Mike I want to put together with what he just said. Notice at the end he said, if need be, I need to find somebody else who can do it. This might be the most telling quote of the night from him.
Like, how many times do we actually go hit somebody and beat them to a long rebound or a loose ball? That's just a determination and willpower that you have to have inside to say, I am not going to let my man beat me to this loose ball. I am not going to let my man get to the offensive glass. How many times were we there and they just grabbed us and threw us out the way and went and got the ball and put it in? Again, you got to have a mental discipline to say, that's not going to happen on my watch. And then you got to go do it. And like I said, I had no timeouts with 4 minutes to go. And literally every time I took a timeout, I said the same thing. Man, we got to box out. We got to move the basketball. We got to box out. We got to move the basketball. Long shots equal long rebounds. You can't turn and walk to the rim. You got to go find your guy. You got to hit him. And then you got to go track down the long rebound or the loose ball.
He said the same things and has said that he has said the same things publicly over and over and over and over again. There are only two options here. He's lying. I don't believe that. Or the team has tuned him out. Here's the hot take statement of the day. Mike Brown has lost the locker room. I'm not talking about them liking him or respecting him. He's telling him to do these things, and they're not doing them. And I'm not talking about, hey, score over the 7-footer. Sometimes you're just not good enough. Hey, stop LeBron James. Sometimes you're not good enough. I'm talking about bounce passes, hitting guys, boxing out. They're not responding. You have two choices. You have to fire the coach or you have to fire some of the players. That's it. It's not rocket science. Your coach is telling you publicly he's not being effective in coaching the team. Literally, the truth is right there. He might as well hold up a sign. Guys, I'm saying everything. They're not responding. That either means time to move on. By the way, I understand his extension just kicked in. What's his extension? $10 million for 2, then probably a third not guaranteed. That's $20 million. I don't want to hear it. If the coach isn't effective and you've got $120, $130 million on the payroll, thanks, Mike. Here's your $20 million, which is, by the way, the price of a fringe starter in this league. And it doesn't count against the salary cap. So let's not get too hung up on that. Yeah, they don't want to fire a guy whose extension hasn't even kicked in yet, but it's going to cost you $20, $22, $24 million, which is a drop in the bucket compared to what it's going to cost you if this team continues to suck and De'Aaron Fox leaves. So you either have to fire, let me be real blunt here. You have to fire Mike Brown, or you have to trade the players that are repeated culprits, and I don't care who it is. If it's De'Aaron Fox, if it's Domantas Sabonis, if it's Malik Monk, if they're not listening to the guy, and by the way, the front office and the coaching staff knows who these guys are, then you have to trade them, effectively fire them. Or you have to hit on 18 because maybe it'll work and stick with them. Because something will magically change. There'll be a kumbaya, come to Jesus moment, and everybody will magically start doing the thing. Fire the coach, make trades, or go find somebody who will do both, or one. Sit on your hands, not an option. We're there, guys. This team has played, we got a break here. This team has played 28 games in an 82-game season. They are on pace to win 38 games. That will not do it. So if I don't advocate for this. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm speaking directly to Vivek. Vivek, I love that you've stepped back. I love that you're not meddling. It's your team, though, my guy. If your general manager ain't going to make trades, if your coach can't coach the team, it's time for you to step in. It's time for you to step in. The seats are hot, man. The fans are pissed. You're 6-9 at home. You've sent your season ticket holders and the rest of your fans home 9 out of 15 times pissed off for a team that has a Hall of Famer, probably 3 Hall of Famers, 2 of them in their prime starting. Fix it. Or at least try to fix it. If you try and it doesn't work, fine. This ain't working. They've tuned him out. They're not responding. He's saying it at the podium repeatedly. What more do you need? Kings Rewind. Coming up right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave coming to you from my good friends at American Energy. Look, it's already cold outside. It's only going to get colder. American Energy wants to help you stay warm and make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of the $49 tune-up inspection. Normally, $119, $49 right now, and that includes a full safety and duct inspection. And check it out. If your system's over 10 years old, and I'll bet it is, the tune-up, yeah, it's free. It's free from a company that's been in business since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ Better Business Bureau. Check their Yelp, check their Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair. If you need a new furnace, half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at theaeway.com and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Old Spice Swagger Holiday Pack. Perfect for a gift to treat yourself. 24/7 holiday freshness. With daily use can smell your bestest. I'm gonna be smelling great all season. Old Spice scents just can't be beaten. Chock full of value, saving that green. Got the essentials needed to feel clean. Deodorant, hair, body wash, and spray. Celebrate your holiday the Old Spice way. Ho, 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 ho.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one. And if you want to save on a new Ford, you got to drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The holidays can be tough for some, especially if things from your past are still following you around to this day. Now, don't be afraid of your past this upcoming holiday season, as an expungement can help. And that's where the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez comes in, as he's local and has a great track record. Now that expungement can help you get a job, get your life back in order, and you'll also get your constitutional rights back. He's offering discounts on expungements now through Christmas. Call 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187.
Carmichael Dave.
He's got very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome in. Thank you. Brennan Nunes joins us at 8. We'll talk about this. I'll run some of what I said by him, see if the cat licks it up. Greg Papa, 9 a.m. I will say this, all everything aside, we are human beings. Happy birthday, De'Aaron Fox.
Hot take.
I know. Happy birthday, De'Aaron Fox. He turns 27 years old today.
Oh, that's one of the celebrity birthdays you just ruined.
Oh, sorry. 27. Maybe I'll forget between now and that. There's a decent chance.
I know they said it about 28 times on the broadcast last night.
Yes, they did. Happy birthday, De'Aaron Fox. And many, many, many more. All right. Jason's gone till next Thursday, but Kings Rewind stays. Jason, even in his off time, nice enough to, because look, it's just not going to be the same if I do it. So Chris and Jason putting their Herculean efforts together. As much as we maybe don't want to do it, let's see if we can laugh. It's Kings Rewind time.
The heartache of losing to the Denver Nuggets still hadn't dissipated, but the best elixir for the Kings fans would be beating the Lakers. And with 2 games against LA over 3 days, they could do some work in the standings and boost their mojo.
Ray or Mojo.
The best way to do that would be exactly what Kings head coach Mike Brown wanted from his team, and that was to start fast.
Very fast. I'm like Forrest Gump, except I am not an idiot.
However, it wasn't the Kings that started fast, but instead, it was the Lakers that opened the game up on a 7-0 run, and then the lead ballooned to 19-6, less than 6 minutes into the game.
What the hell just happened?
A frustrated Mike Brown called multiple timeouts and encouraged his group to get it going.
Keep it together. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
Meanwhile, Austin Reeves, AD, and LeBron were doing their part to make sure the Kings would never take over the lead.
Oh, you're mean.
In quarter number 2, after a scoreless first, Malik Monk started cooking and went for a dozen in the quarter.
I'm a pizza guy.
Damn right he is.
The Kings would get their first lead, but couldn't hang on to it, as by halftime, the team from SoCal had a 4-point lead.
Don't you know things will change, things will go your way. You
hold on for one more. Sorry.
In the second half, the lead would go back and forth, but one of the highlights of the night was when 39-year-old LeBron James chased down Keon Ellis and blocked his attempt off the glass that led to a Laker score on the other end.
You can't do that.
Fouls would become an issue in this one, too.
Fine. He got him so bad. Who is that?
That's our friend.
He really whacked him.
De'Aaron Fox picked up his 5th foul with 6:47 left in the third in a tie game.
Worse? How could they get any worse? Take a look around you, Ellen. We're at the threshold of hell.
Damn right.
Without Fox for the rest of the third, the Lakers would take a 6-point lead going into the game's final quarter.
I thought you came here looking for a challenge. Duh! A challenge I could do.
Yep.
Still a 2-possession game with just over 5 minutes to go. Domantas Sabonis got his 5th foul and added a technical on top of it.
I'm going to lose my freaking mind.
From that point on, it was all LA, and the Kings fans at G1C made the slow walk of shame out of the building.
Shame on you. You deserve what you get. Sit down. Stay where you are. For the first time, I choose to walk out on you.
Leaving early is normally a role filled by Laker fans, but last night, the Lakers put the dimmer switch on the beam.
Yeah, they did.
The Kings will get their chance at revenge and will hope to fire up that beam again in less than 48 hours.
Even if they beat you 99 times out of 100, that still leaves
1 ton. 1 ton. Yeah. 1 ton.
One time. Well done, Jason. Well done, Chris. Very, very, very well done in making something. It's like reliving a colonoscopy, but with awesome sound clips.
Oh, if you got a colonoscopy, we have a colonoscopy rewind for you.
Yeah. Brennan Nunes joins us next. Let's see if we can diagnose what's going on, and I'm basically going to throw things at Brendan and see if he has a different take on it. That's going to be the gist of this whole thing. Also, somebody asked me a prime rib question. I'll probably address that as well. And I welcome all your holiday cooking questions at 1-800-920-1140 in the chat or on
That's
the
like
text.
horseradish.
916-339-1140. Brennan Nunes, Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports Insider, next.
Saturday night, Kings and Lakers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 6. Tip-off at 7:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-414-4420 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-414-4420 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-414-4420 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening, Chad, for the wrap-up the year sales event?
Well, you have a choice to make. Save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. Or save thousands with 0% financing for 72 months. It's savings your way at Hoblet, not to mention all the savings at the pump with 56 MPGE.
Ooh, those are really nice Jeeps. You can't beat that mileage.
The Hoblet family dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE models up to $12,250 factory and federal rebates and $4,750 dealer discounts. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders, $3,750 federal EV tax credit. Consult a tax professional for details. 0% for 72 months available in place of $7,500 consumer cash. Must have 700 plus FICO score to qualify. $1,389 per thousand borrowed. 5 of the set savings. Sample VIN 681180. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and Clear Skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. It's Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Good Guys Heating and Cooling. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
I've had a lot of prime rib questions. Very easy.
That's like horseradish.
It is. First off, there are some, I won't plug them because they're not sponsors, but just look. There is at least one major grocery chain out there right now that's offering prime rib roast for $6.99 a pound. You got to download the app and clip the coupon, but I would do that.
Maybe the Fresh Prince can help you.
Maybe. He can. Wait, what's the reference? Oh, damn it. There you go. Well done. Very good reference. Look, if you have here's what I do. I have a smoker, but if you have a barbecue, whatever, get a drip pan, get a rack, elevate it, get a bowl, throw some regular yellow mustard in it, enough to slather that thing, and then put all your spices in there. Mix it up with a spoon till it's nice and spicy, spice-ish. I use garlic, onion powder, just the basics. Rub the prime rib roast in mustard, and then let it sit out on your counter for about a half an hour to bring it to room temperature. Throw it in. And when everyone always asks, well, how long? Well, it depends. It depends on how big your roast is. Don't think of it, and that's the biggest mistake people make is time. Get a probe. They're $10. Get a probe. It's your best friend for turkeys, for chickens, for whatever. Put the probe in, get it right in the middle, and then how you like it. I put my middle at medium rare. It's going to be go to medium on the edges. Pull it out. You want to finish it in the oven and sear it, great. Then turn your oven up to 500. Put it in there for about 10, 15 minutes. Just check the crust. Rest it for at least 45 minutes covered by tinfoil. Do not cut into it. It's the biggest mistake people make. Rest your roast. Then when you cut into it, stand it up with a fork. Cut along the ribs. Separate the ribs from the roast itself. Flatten the roast. Save those ribs. Slice them up. You can put them in the slow cooker if you want, or just eat them that way. That's great leftovers. Nice big beef ribs. And then depending on how thick you like your slices, cut off the edge, slice the roast, inch thick. Slice it as you go. Don't slice the whole thing. Chris told me I need to get to Brendan. I get it. This is my alternative to Talking Kings. Just slice as you go. And then serve it with a nice sour cream and horseradish mix if people want that, and you're good to go. All right. We'll take more of your food questions later. Joining us right now, insider for the Sacramento Kings, Brennan Nunes, who was there, I believe, last night. I think he asked a couple questions, if I remember last night. Good morning, Brennan. How are you?
Morning, Dave. I'm doing well. I was ready for that to be a big metaphor that was coming back around, like the Kings are a prime rib and you got to treat everything situationally and how much you're going to cook it, and Bonnie's over or under cooking or something like that. But,
Yeah. Let me play you a Mike Brown clip, Brendan, because I want to talk to you about it. I know you heard it, but let's recap for the audience. Here's Mike Brown last night post game.
No, right. I mean, it's evident we're not seeing it action wise. I mean, it is what it is. And that's why, I didn't yell at the guys because there's nothing to yell about. They know exactly what we have to do, whether or not we go do it. And tonight we didn't go do it. And so somehow, some way, again, starts with me. Somehow, some way, I got to figure out how to get them to do it by continuing to drill it, by continuing to show them on film. And if need be, I got to try to find somebody else that can do it.
So here's the setup, Brendan. We're all trying to search for answers. We have heard Mike Brown very publicly talk about the issues, which I think we agree. Like, they've identified what the issues are, that at least they can control, the controllable issues. He has said publicly, he has repeated it time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. We have had players like De'Aaron Fox go out and say, we know what we need to do. We're just not doing it. So find me another option other than the following. Either Mike Brown and his coaching staff have become ineffective and they have lost the locker room and they need to go, or Mike Brown and his coaching staff are doing everything they possibly can, and there are just people on this team that are not executing and listening, or they're listening and not executing, and they need to go. Is there a third option I'm missing?
I don't think so. I think maybe somewhat of a middle ground is that, there's nobody, I guess I would say, that's necessarily blameless in a lot of this, right? Certain guys, obviously, that I think are executing that game plan a little bit more, but it's a lulls thing, right? Because they have very good stretches. These last two games, this is part of why it's frustrating, I'm sure, is that it was the first quarter 2 times in a row. Yep. And after that Denver game, Mike Brown was very clear that saying the Kings can't get off to these slow starts. You're giving teams confidence that lasts throughout the entire game. And that carries over. And we've seen that. So I think that when it comes down to it, it feels like a move has to be made. And I don't know that that's necessarily like, certain guys need to get out of here. They kind of need to reset. But I think just bringing in some new faces, you need length, physicality, specifically wings, forwards, obviously kind of talking about in that aspect, and defensively, like Garden, I know it's LeBron James, but there's ridiculous caliber wings and forwards scattered across the NBA and the Western Conference now. And too often last night, does he have somebody on the floor that is a huge mismatch that he can try and go to. And so when that's already the case and you're not executing the details, something has to be done. And obviously De'Aaron seems to be putting a little bit of pressure, which I think is justified from my perspective, but you'd like to think that whatever moves are made are more about, getting a new spark back in the locker room. And also just size, length. Like, I feel like Mike Brown constantly compliments other teams' length, size, athleticism, and it's like borderline a cry for help sometimes.
Yeah, no, Brendan, I picked that up too. He's not going to publicly call out his front office or whatever, but it you do hear it. And one of our conversations, I very specifically remember because we couldn't shut up about it. In fact, I mentioned earlier, I asked Monty straight up about it at Media Day, was the lack of size and depth down low. That this team at the 4 was woefully understaffed. And I think the response was, he mentioned a few things, but also, Jim McDaniels, who we had, who didn't even make the starting roster. We're looking at coaches to blame. We're looking at players to blame. People are blaming everybody, but I don't see if anyone should be on the hot seat right now. For me, it's the front office for misconstructing this team. And now we're in a catch-22 because it seems like the only life preserver we can get right now is going to be thrown by the very front office that should be on the hot seat, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case. How could you ever? I can't think back if there's a scenario, and let me know if you think of one, but of moving on from a front office member, a general manager, a month and a half before the trade deadline. And then now, obviously, this is also such a huge deadline considering De'Aaron's potential future and how he may view the organization, obviously, in a position where he wants to win. But, you know, when your backs are against the wall like this, what I worry about is, like I said earlier, I feel like they have to make a move, and ideally sooner rather than later. And that's performing out of desperation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's plenty of teams that get to that point and are still able to, you know, turn the pressure into diamonds, I guess. But it's a tough spot to be in, and one that I don't envy, but also this front office, I always kind of describe them as advantageous, but it's really just saying patient and kind of picky. And I think there's a time and place for that, but eventually you need to do something. They drafted 3 point guards in a row in the draft when they did have their first round picks. And really it feels like all the big moves that were made by this front office were when they first got the job and then molded the team to their vision. And since then, it feels like it's been the exact same thing. And now there's DeMar DeRozan, who, to be blunt, so far doesn't solve any of your already existing problems. I think that he doubles down on some of the strengths, and there's benefits to that, but he's not solving any of the problems. Like we've been talking about, they need wings and forwards, and that predates this front office, but they've known that this whole time. And it doesn't seem like there's been much that's really gone on there. So I think that the front office has to make a move. It is sort of the point that we're at, where you reach this pinnacle with what's going to happen with De'Aaron. And, you know, I got to say, not to backtrack a little bit here, but I have thought a lot recently about the fact that the Kings and Bulls had the same end of season record a few years ago, and the Kings lost the coin flip in the lottery that would have had them selecting Franz Wagner and instead ended up with Davion Mitchell.
Yep.
And I don't know why I do it to myself, but that alternate timeline is probably looking pretty different.
And just for people who might be thinking very understandably, there's no guarantee the front office would have picked Franz Wagner. One of the worst kept secrets in Sacramento circles is that is exactly who they wanted. They wanted Franz Wagner. There's no doubt about that. You can't come out and say that. It's disrespectful to Davion Mitchell, but that's who their pick would have been had it been available. Brennan Nunes joining us, Sacktown Sports Kings insider. So the Eye of Sauron is firmly on the front office then. This is the second time that this roster has been imbalanced to the backcourt. And the last time this happened, there was a Tyrese Halliburton trade. We're almost back to the same spot. And you have also on top of that years, you mentioned Davion Mitchell drafting him when you already had Fox and Monk, and you had Alperen Şengün behind him and others. And I know that's backseat or Monday morning quarterbacking, but that's just a fact. And this offseason, one thing we haven't talked about, you sorely need front court depth. You sorely need help, and you traded your first round pick last year, which ended up being Maxence Prosper to the Mavericks for the Rashawn Holmes contract, which you could argue allowed them later on to get DeMar or whatever you want to do. But now you draft Anthony Carter, who may be a fine player, but he's out for at least most, if not the entire year, and is going to come in with all kinds of pressure on him as a rookie who's a guard. So, Brendan, we can argue about the coaching influence or lack thereof. We can argue about the players and lack thereof. And I'll say it again, not that anybody cares, but I don't want to be accused of taking cheap shots here. I love Monty. I really do. And I appreciate that this front office got us out of the depths, got Sabonis, made that move, and at least, coming from years where we couldn't even hit 500, now we're talking about not making the playoffs. The team is better off since Monty McNair came here as opposed to before. That is unquestionable. But, man, there is a hell of a case right now to look at this front office and say, guys, it ain't working, and you've made way too many mistakes.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, how far removed, by the way, do we feel from them winning or Monty specifically winning Executive of the Year. Like that feels like forever ago at this point.
It is, and you had that. I mean, go ahead.
I will say, by the way, I'm not convinced it's going to be the whole year for Devin. I think
I said Anthony Carter. Sorry, I meant Devin. Thank you, Chatline. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But I think that there's a decent chance that they'll get an okay look at him before the deadline and have time to decide, or at least get a vague idea. Obviously, still coming back from injury here, but an injury that, like, this is what Kevin Huerter dealt with over the offseason, where you're still able to stay in shape. We've seen him be doing a lot of individual workouts, some doing some 3-on-3s with coaches recently and things like that. So I think that he's getting fairly close, whatever that may mean. And if you get a little bit of a look at him and prior to the deadline, then, I mean, you already had to do roster balancing moves, but I think that forces the issue even more so.
Well, and that's heavy as the head. You know, that's where we were talking about Vivek. That's the decision he's ultimately got to make, right? Is, okay, I can step in and say, guys, you got to make a move, which I think the front office understands that. But then you have to ask yourself, are these the guys we want to make these moves with some pretty heavy pieces, your future first-round picks, which, by the way, that's another thing I love about this front office so far. They've been very, very careful with mortgaging the future, even back with the Halliburton thing when Monty could have used first rounders, if you will, to shore up his future short term. They have always thought long term, and I do appreciate that. But if you're Vivek now, with Fox looming, with potential heavy moves coming up, more drafts, not only do you need the moves to be made, but you've got to decide if you want these guys making the moves for you.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, just with that being the reality of the situation, if, you know, and this is all just sort of speculative, sort of reading between the lines, but, you know, there's owners that say, like, hey, no, I don't want you doing anything with this guy. You know, right. Like, what if the front office thought that they should just move on from De'Aaron now? Like, you can get a decent package from an Orlando or a Miami and sort of reset. Like, you know, ownership has every right, obviously, to overrule that. And so there's still that aspect here, but I guess you kind of have to trust them. And it seems like I've operated the last, I guess it's like 2 seasons now of sort of inactivity, really, for the most part, that they were being very picky, as I said, sort of advantageous, because it seems like their next move is sort of the last one that dries up your flexibility moving forward. I want to say they're about a little less than $2 million under the tax right now. My understanding is that they want to stay under the tax by the end of this year. You're also roughly $8 million under the first apron, which you're certainly not going to reach that mark. Like I said, I think they want to stay under the tax even. But the first round pick that's kind of tied up with Atlanta for a little while limits the first that you have available to you outgoing in a trade. I want to say now you could do some finagling with Atlanta and try to remove protections and things like that. But as of now, I want to say they have 2 first round picks available to them and a couple swaps that they could throw in a deal. They also only have 1 or 2 second round picks available for trade, because 2 are tied up in that Atlanta deal as well right now.
Don't they also have like 4 trade exceptions too that are staggered?
Yes.
I think.
So yeah, you know, they don't have, everybody knows what the trade package is. You know, there's some variance of can Kevin Carter be improved in a deal? Would Isaac's name go in there? Kobe, Keon, whatever, right? But everybody knows what the baseline of the deal is. Like, I don't think that there's something that's catching people crazy off guard here necessarily of Keegan Murray going out a la what they did with Tyrese Halliburton. Now, I could be wrong there, but if Cam Johnson's your guy, and OKC decides they want him, OKC's going to go get him.
That's right.
You know,
That's
and
right.
I know OKC's a little bit of a dramatic example with what Sam Presti's built up, but I think there's a handful of examples of that, and it puts you in a tough spot. And, you know, I keep thinking back to, like, are we just going to come back to the Kuzma conversation? Because it feels like these guys have bought low a couple times, and that feels like where we're at with Kuz. So again, that's more so just speculative than anything, but they kind of have to do something, obviously. And wings forwards and only so much to work with. You wonder, try to look around. There's not many sellers, and easy to get outbid by some of the buyers that have a little bit more tools in their chest.
The one that I've been talking about quite a bit lately, which is one that, other than Kuzma, the Kings have probably been tied to the most over the last few years, is John Collins with Utah. True power forward, 6'9", little over a steal a game, 8 boards, 18 points, 50, 40, 90, manageable contract, 2 years. Herter and Lyles match up salary-wise. You'd obviously have to throw in at least one first-round pick there, but do you have, and again, not the perfect move. I don't think there is a perfect move, but for what's out there and what's gettable, that's at or near the top of my list. Doesn't mean it needs to be at or near the top of your list. Your thoughts on Collins on this team?
Yeah, I think that's a good shout for sure. He's been up and down a little bit as a three-point shooter throughout his career, but for the most part, definitely done well in that aspect. Obviously a good athlete. There was a time in Atlanta where I remember his weak side rim protection was getting praised a decent amount. And obviously that's a rare skill set that you look for to really be an ideal complement next to Domas. So I think it's fine. I also feel like they've had that option previously, and I would guess that if they loved it, they would have already done that. But again, we're at a point of desperation where maybe that is where you need to go and sort of explore, because Utah is one of those few teams that I think it's pretty clear, like, all right, they're going to sell. They have their own pick that's owed to, I'm forgetting where off the top of my head, but has protections on it that obviously they want to be able to keep that pick moving forward in a pretty good draft. So I think Collins is fine. It is what we sort of talked about, size, athleticism, and gosh, do you need a forward, because DeMar DeRozan is guarding Aaron Gordon and LeBron James in back-to-back games. And I don't know what Mike Brown is supposed to do with that. And John Collins is a better option. Obviously, I don't think he's necessarily changing things for you defensively, but in the spot that we're in, I do think that's definitely a name that's crossed my mind as well.
Well, and here's another one. Let's just stick with the same thing. Things have changed a little bit, perhaps, around here in the front office with Utah selling, and we don't know how deep they're selling, but you and I both know trades generally happen when they're not being talked about. Is there any chance you think Lauri Markkanen's still on the table?
Well, my understanding is that with the Lauri Markkanen, when he signed his extension, that
off the table this year.
Yeah, was pretty calculated with it, and that he can't be traded until I believe it's the day after the dedeadline, technically. So it's going to have to be the whole off season before we get back to the Lauri Markkanen conversations. And you're not really afforded the luxury of being able to wait right now.
I just don't know. The sad thing is it's how this fan base is, and I don't want to separate myself out of the fan base. We're all part of it. I'm saying all fan bases are like this. You need help, but then a guy gets brought up. It's like, no. I was talking about that yesterday. It's like, well, dude, yes, there are better players out there than John Collins and Dorian Finney-Smith and Cam Johnson, I'm sure, but they're not gettable feasibly. And you said it best. DFS and Cam Johnson, there's going to be a bidding war for those guys. In your opinion, though, in order to salvage this team, let's say a 10 is a Sabonis Halliburton style move. A 5 is a Collins DFS Cam Johnson move. Anything from 1 to 5 is you're picking up a bench guy. I don't know. Maybe I'd put Bobby Portis at a 4 or a 3. You get my ranking system here. Whereabouts do you think the Kings need to be looking at on that sliding scale to try to turn this thing around?
Yeah, I'd say somewhere between like a 4 and a 6. Or honestly, I also think if you made like 2 moves that were 3s,
add them up. Yeah,
that's not horrible. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the one everybody points to is sort of what Dallas did last deadline, right? PJ Washington, who, by the way, would be great for the Sacramento team, and Daniel Gafford. And that really changed your season. Now, I don't have it in front of me, but they gave up a lot they've sacrificed a lot of future to be able to do that, but that's partially because they have to convince Luka Doncic to stick around. And guess what? The Kings have to convince De'Aaron Fox to stick around. So this is the reality of where we're at. And so I think that multiple of those sort of moves could be something that makes sense. Finding those guys is tough. Like, are we talking Dorian Finney-Smith? And, do you go and try and get like Torrey Craig from Chicago or Matisse Thybulle from Portland? And that's probably even smaller than what I'm really thinking in my mind when it comes to those guys. But I think that you could make multiple moves and try to find some balance here. And, I'm a fan of these guys as people, but Kevin Huerter and Trey Lyles, I think, are the obvious matching salaries here. And I think that you could upgrade that length and physicality a lot going through those guys, decent tradable salaries. But the thing is, like, talking about these smaller moves, like I mentioned, they have maybe two second-round picks available. They've done a lot of maneuvering. Well, like, you remember the Rashawn Holmes salary dump. They got rid of seconds and a lot of more minor moves like that. And I want to say even the DeMar deal included a second. And so it's hard to make small moves like that. Like, Dennis Schroeder was 2 seconds, and the Kings aren't in a spot where it's the easiest to do so. So I'd say probably about a 4 to a 6, but, two threes, I think, also makes sense to me and could make a notable difference. It's just a tough position to be able to do that with what they have available to them asset-wise.
Brennan Nunes, Sacramento Kings insider, joins us each and every week. Follow him online. Listen to him on this station. He knows what he's talking about. He's at every game talking to these guys, and we always appreciate him joining us. If I don't talk to you before, dude, have a Merry Christmas. Have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you after the break.
Sounds good. Same to you, Dave. Good luck with the prime rib.
Thank you, brother. Talk to you soon. Somebody in the chat as we break here mentioned Dwop Reef as somebody to go get. I don't hate it, an idea like that. 6'9", 26 years old, 245. Definitely can defend. And honestly, the best part about getting Dwop Reef is that is an absolute perfect name to play Rammstein after he scores. Dwop Reef. You're not going to find you think DeMontis Sabonis works with I almost said 5-finger death punch. You know what I'm talking about. Dwop Reef and Rammstein. That's almost worth getting him alone. We'll take a break. Football time. 4 Down territory coming up right after this.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is finally Friday. Getting out the door to a foggy beginning and a cool start as well. Expect to have some areas of dense fog for the morning drive. For the afternoon, sun and clouds mixing in with highs today in the mid to upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When it's cold and rainy outside, Bonnie is leading the way home. Right now, stay warm and cozy with a full furnace tune-up, just $59. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Schedule an appointment today at Bonnie.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. And get this, Napoleon Grill's Black Friday Cyber Mondays include a limited time $300 off their top-selling Phantom Grill and 15% off all gas, kettle, and travel grills. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last. Complete with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Whitey and Napoleon Grills wish you happy holidays. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of, with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town, and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. With over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Seasons change, but if you hope to stay healthy, your body needs to stay active year-round, whether that's in the gym or on the trail or at work, and that's where the Good Feet store can help. Good Feet's personalized arch support system supports all 4 arches, relieving pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back. And Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Visit goodfeet.com for an appointment or stop in for a free fitting. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
Calling all football fans, join us at Tom's Watch Bar for an exclusive San Francisco watch party on Sunday, December 22nd versus Miami. Complete with 360-degree viewing, surround sound, MCs, giveaways, and prizes. See you there.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
There's never been a better time than now to get yourself into a brand new Jeep, because we're still celebrating Black Friday all month long at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And there's a reason people keep coming back, because it's the place where a handshake still means something. Off Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And Merry Christmas from Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Greg Pop at the top of the hour. We'll recap 3 in the key right after 4 Down Territory in the next segment. Just a reminder, it's winter. I mean, you don't need that reminder, or late fall, whatever. It's cold. A lot of you will be doing prime rib. Many of you will be doing ham as well.
That's like horseradish.
Or ham. Just a reminder, and Google it. I'm not going to go through the whole recipe, but get yourself a ham. Ham, to me, is the most efficient big meat you can get out there. Eat your ham, prepare your ham, do whatever you're going to do with your ham. But there's always the leftover big old ham bone with the meat kind of chunked all over it. And God, it kills me anytime I hear somebody throwing that away. As much as I love ham, that ain't it, man. What is it is you throw that ham in some water the next day or the next week, whatever. Just put it on a slow boil for a couple hours, then drag all that meat off, chop it up, Take the ham out. You got a beautiful broth. Get some white cannelloni beans, navy beans, whatever. Some basic veggies. Throw it in there. Now you've got yourself a beautiful ham soup. And if you really want to go for it, get yourself a shaker. Put about 4 tablespoons of cornstarch in there with some water. Shake it up. Stir it into a semi-boiling, simmering ham soup. Thickens it up. Serve it with some crusty bread. Telling you, don't throw away the ham bone. That's gold. It's gold, I say. All right. I'm in a little bit of a better mood, I think, now than I was to start the show.
I think King's Rewind really helped you.
I think it did. I'm a little hungry, but it did. I really did not want to be here this morning. I want to talk about this stupid team.
Ironically, not your worst show this week.
That's true. I literally...
It might even be this year.
I literally threw up on a show earlier this week. 4-down territory right now, please. Christopher Laud, by the way, taking the reins. We appreciate that. Much of the reins since Jason Ross gets a much deserved week off, even for Jason during the winter. It's not a full week off. He's at the games. You hear him on Kings Rewind. We appreciate him and truly hope. I know everybody wishes him and his family, his beautiful family, a good holiday. In the meantime, 4-down territory, right? Meow.
The Chargers beat the Broncos last night and have a 98% chance of making the playoffs. Can they do any damage?
I don't think they can win a championship. But could they be that team that gets in and pulls off an upset in the first round? Yeah, I think they could. I think they're a tough out for anyone. That's why I was really surprised last week. I really was when they lost to the Buccaneers at home 40-17. Now, look, most teams are going to have that during the course of the year, and Jim Harbaugh might look back and say, well, that was a really good thing that happened then. We got it out of the way. But this is a team that beat Denver in Denver. They've now beat them twice. They beat the Bengals. But they don't really have, when you look at their losses, they lost to the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bucs, and then that scud loss in Arizona. The Cardinals team was actually very, very good then. And that Chiefs loss in Arrowhead, they lost by 2. I feel like this is a team that if they're on all cylinders, they can just about beat anyone in the league, except for about 5 teams that would need to be not on all cylinders. In other words, I think they could do some first-round damage, maybe even be that kind of scuddy Cinderella team, but I don't think they're going to win a championship. I really don't. But Jim Harbaugh doing good stuff. In line, definitely in the Coach of the Year conversation. Number 2, please.
What's your game of the weekend?
Gosh, there's 2 that just stand wide out there. And I really, really, really am struggling between the 2. I'm just going to say, based on the lesser point spread, I'm going to cheat here. Chiefs-Texans. Saturday's games, there are 2 games on Saturday, and it'd be tough to find 2 better games. They could have gone the whole schedule, and Saturday could have picked whomever. And these are the 2 games they would have picked. Texans at Chiefs, 10 a.m., that's on Peacock and NBC. And then on Fox at 1:30, Steelers at Ravens. Those are 2 fantastic matchups between 4 teams that should matter in the playoffs. Obviously, the Chiefs above all. I'm going to take Texans Chiefs because you're looking at 9-5 versus 13-1. And the Chiefs might be a wounded animal right now with Patrick Mahomes limping around. This would be a huge signature win for the Texans. Also, another one the Chiefs knock off if they do to go to 14-1. They just would continue to beat team after team after good team. Steelers-Ravens should be a great old-fashioned AFC matchup. Couple of blue-collar cities, blue-collar teams. Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, great coaches going at it. I believe the 2 longest tenured coaches in the league. I think, now that Carroll and Belichick are gone. So that's choice A, choice 1A and 1B, if you will, there. Third down, please.
What's your lock of the weekend?
You know, I look, Bills are favored by 14 over the Patriots. I don't want to cheat here. I'm going to go with what I hope. I hope the lock of the week is actually an upset as far as the spread goes. I'm going to take Jacksonville over Las Vegas in Las Vegas. Vegas favored by 1.5. But there is no point in them losing or winning. Sorry, no point. They're in a dogfight right now for that number one pick. And that's exactly what they need. They need the number one pick. They need to have that type of ammo. And if they win today, they're effectively out of it. They're effectively done. It ain't going to happen. So if I'm a Raider fan, and I am rooting for a Raider fan here, that is 100% what I'm looking at. Come on in, Jags. Beat us. Ain't worried. Because otherwise, you can just give that pick to the New York Football Giants. Hey, fourth down, please.
What game, college or pro, would you want to be at the most?
Probably. I mean, there's a couple pro games I wouldn't mind being at. I'm not going to lie. But give me the snow. I don't know if anyone's taken a look at that field. Yeah, there's Tennessee, Ohio State. I mean, I'm going to pick a college football playoff game. Give me Indiana at Notre Dame. Snow, wind, all those conditions, Midwest football, throwback football, 3 yards in a cloud of snow. Give me that all day long. We'll take a break when we come back. Who's hot, who's not? And Chris will recap 3 of the key right here on Sacktown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports at SacktownSports.com.
Get huge year-end savings on the all-new 2025 Silverado now at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on select new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT and RST.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing leasing some of the offers.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root op with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Welcome back to another exciting game day. Grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right. Sports fans win big on home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. And that's a victory for you and your tailgate team. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time. At participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com.
Hey, it's time to open up your calendar app for some incredible live events coming your way. This is the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar, bringing you the hottest shows in town. Kick off 2025 with country superstars Dylan Scott and Jackson Dean. They're hitting the stage at Thunder Valley on January 10th for a night of hot country hits. Then on January 11th, laugh until your sides hurt with comedy legend Bill Engvall. He's performing live at Thunder Valley, a show you won't want to miss. And the one and only Justin Timberlake is bringing electrifying energy to the Golden One Center on January 15th. This is your chance to see an icon in action. For a more intimate vibe, catch Bryce Vine at Ace of Spades on January 25th. It'll be an unforgettable night of alternative hip-hop. And finally, looking ahead to February 20th, Old 60 lights up Ace of Spades with their unique blend of rock and soul. Get your tickets now because these shows will sell out fast. For details and updates, visit sacktownsports.com. And stay tuned. This is your ticket to the best live entertainment in the 916, the Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar. The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of, with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town, and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices. What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
The LA Chargers?
Okay. I still have trouble saying not San Diego Chargers, by the way, yeah.
They beat the Broncos yesterday, 34-27.
Uh-huh.
That was their 12th Thursday night game where they have scored at least 20 points. The only NFL team with a longer streak are...
Oh, you're waiting for me?
Yeah.
What was the question? What about the 20 points?
Who's got a longer 20-point streak on Thursday games?
Oh, God. I want to get... How many teams are there? Or it's just one?
Yes.
Just one team? Oh, the Packers?
The Cowboys.
Oh, wow.
They had a run of 14 games with 20 or more points from 2001 to 2013.
Yeah, I just found out a couple days ago, man, that really depressed me. So, you know how I came back from England last Sunday, and Sunday night, Paul McCartney played in Manchester. You know how much that upset me? I had no idea where I could get a ticket for like $1 or whatever they sell them for over there. So
that's not expensive.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Who's not hot, Chris?
Steph Curry.
Oh, geez.
The Warriors lost 144-93 to the Grizzlies yesterday. In just under 25 minutes, Curry was 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 6 from the three. He did make his 2 free throws, but finished the night with 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers. He also had a plus-minus of -41.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, he's not even the least hot guy on his team from yesterday, as they got smoked. Here, how about this all-time Draymond Green performance? 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 4 turnovers, 4 fouls, -42. And he didn't even play 20 minutes. That is the worst plus-minus ever recorded for a player with all zeros. It might actually be the worst stat line in NBA history, except he had a steal. I mean, comical. Yeah, Kings fans are upset right now. I've had a bunch of people say, well, at least we didn't get people by 50 points like the Warriors. Yeah, no, you know what? I will gladly trade places. I will gladly get beat by the Grizzlies by 50 points if it also allows me to, while I'm upset and crying, accidentally make my eye bleed because I did a face palm and all one of my rings just cut my eyebrow open. One of my 4 rings that I've experienced over the last decade plus cut my eye open while I'm sad about. Don't even compare what the Warriors are going through to what Kings fans are going through. Give me the jewelry. Right, Chris?
Sure.
Okay. Also, who's not? Bonus who's not? The You Have to Chill award goes to Bill Kennedy. Last night, Bill Kennedy has no chill, and he needs to drink a gallon of chill for what he did to Kings fans.
After reviewing the play, the defensive foul that was called on number 23 has been overturned.
Yeah, Kings win the challenge.
Unfortunately, the foul is now on number 9, and the Lakers will retain possession of the ball on the side. The coach's challenge is successful.
You got to relax, dude. You know exactly what you're doing. You're literally 2 steps away from breaking out into a musical. You know exactly what you're doing, Bill. Don't play with the crowd like that. I appreciate somebody reading the decision like he does with energy. Let's not WWE the thing, though. Not that kind. Well, I mean, honestly, maybe. Unfortunately, by the way, if I'm the Lakers, I might be a little bit upset at that, too. You might have pissed off both sides at the same. What do you mean, unfortunately? That's clear referee bias. Unfortunately, get out of Dodge.
The play. The defensive foul that was called on number 23 has been overturned. Unfortunately, the foul is now on number...
Shut up, dude. I'm not going to lie. It made me laugh. All right. I've wasted enough time. Let's recap it. John Tesh, 3 in the key. It's going to get ugly, dude. Ugly. How'd we do, Chris?
Well, yesterday, Dave, we said that the Kings are going to need their bench to help them out. They're going to beat the Lakers. I asked how many bench points would the Kings have? You said 26.
Uh-huh.
I said 18. They had 19 bench points last night.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done.
Here's another one. We said LeBron James, he went off the last time the Kings played in the fourth quarter. I asked how many fourth quarter points he would have this night. You said 8. I said 4. LeBron James finished with 4 points in the fourth quarter.
Hey.
Now, this is where we really went off the rails.
Yeah, I know.
This was our something strange, something weird, something different. You said Keon Ellis was going to have 4 steals last night.
Oh, well, he almost got there, though.
He almost did with 0.
Oh, yeah. He's only 4 away.
Unfortunately, you were closer than I was when I said that the Kings are going to have a game winner that was going to match the energy of Bogdan Bogdanovic's game winner against the Lakers.
Holy crap. Yeah, you're right. That might be the worst. I mean, you went. What did I say, by the way? I said, if you get that right, you can take Monday off.
I'm coming in.
You are 100% coming in on Monday, dude. We'll take a break. No, we won't.
We got a game on Saturday.
Excuse me. Well, at least we're playing a different team. Maybe a new look. Maybe we can wash that Laker crap off of us.
Fortunately, it's not the South Bay Lakers. It's the Los Angeles
Lakers. Not again.
All right. Well, Sabonis and AD had some pretty good games last night. So the first question is going to be, what is going to be their points, rebounds, and assists?
For who again? I'm sorry?
For AD and for Sabonis.
Okay, are we doing separate or combined?
Separate.
Separate.
You know what? We always do separate. Let's do combined.
Combined. Give me 50 points, 32 rebounds, and 12 assists. Those are can I say something? Those are pretty good numbers.
Those are great.
It's actually really, I think I might be close.
I am going to say 57 points.
Okay.
I'm going to say 28 rebounds. And I am going to say 18 assists.
Okay. Ooh. A lot of assisting.
Okay, Kings got out-rebounded yesterday by 10 rebounds.
They did.
What is going to be who's going to win the rebound battle and by how much?
I will say the Kings will win the rebound battle by 2.
I'm going to say the Kings by 5.
Oh, look at us optimist primes.
Okay, and the final one, something weird, something different, something strange.
I'm going to say something, and I think you'll agree with me. It qualifies. We're looking for something different, something weird, something strange. The Sacramento Kings will win a home game. That's almost Bogdanovich level at this point.
I am going to say that De'Aaron Fox lights the beam.
Ooh. Well, I like that little birthday beam, post-birthday beam.
All right, now we got to be very quick, so.
What? A double dipper?
Kings and Pacers on Sunday.
I know what one of the questions is going to be.
How about you ask the first question?
Okay. Give me Tyrese Halliburton's points, rebounds, and assists.
You got it.
Well, Chris, you answer first.
I am going to say Halliburton has 12 points.
Okay.
He's going to have 7 rebounds. He's going to have 8 assists.
Okay. I think he'll have 22 points. I was going to say 8, so I'll say 7 assists and 3 rebounds. Everyone's saying on the chat that I'm high for predicting the Kings win a home game. I can't argue with you guys. I mean, I'm not, but I get it.
The good thing about the Pacers game,
yeah,
they've got a worse road record than the Kings have a home record. So that's something to think about.
I know we got to go. Can I just say something, though, dude? If they lose 2 in a row at home to the Lakers and then lose to Tyrese Halliburton at home, holy crap, I think everybody gets fired and everybody gets traded. I think Vivek, strips down at half court and paints his face and runs through a window.
Okay, so we asked about Halliburton. How about Fox's points, rebounds, and assists?
I think this would be a good game for Foxy. Give me 32 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds.
All right, I'm going to go with 26. I'm going to go with 6 assists, and I'm going to go with 5 rebounds.
What if Vivek just grabbed the mic after the Indiana game and was just like, I've had enough. That's it. You're all fired.
What if he slapped Halliburton? Okay, something weird, something different.
Something weird, something different. You will hear more than a few boos directed at Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, come on. We know that's going to happen.
Okay. Okay. Oh, the Kings will break 40% from beyond the arc. I'm staying optimistic.
I'm going to say Tyrese Halliburton's going to get a technical foul.
Oh, angry Tyrese Halliburton. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Greg Papa, 49er Talk, Niners at 9 next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
The current federal government is actually going $1 trillion deeper in debt every 100 days. That's why thousands are turning to Goldco, a top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Right now, not only is Goldco offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. Call 855-838-GOLD. That's 855-838-GOLD. Performance may vary. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-filled SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Yep. Bobby Brown bringing us back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross on vacation till Friday. Appreciate all of you. You know, I was a admittedly whiny little punk to start the show. Just always, that's who I am. But it does, weirdly enough, make it easier going through this crap with all of you. And right now, I only wish for a guy like Greg Papa of his stature, Hall of Famer, legend, why do we have nothing produced with like a cool voice guy and maybe a sponsor for him when he comes on?
Touchdown!
San Francisco! He has nearly 40 years of broadcasting in Northern California. The voice of the San Francisco 49ers, Greg Papa. Sponsored by Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard of the public adjusting industry.
It's a Christmas miracle. There we go. Voice of the Niners, Greg Papa. Good morning.
I need my Gucci Naughty cookies.
Yeah, you stole my first question. That was it.
My sister sends them every year. I actually was back in Buffalo.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, and I didn't want to, whatever. But when we last left you, you spoke about that. Obviously different. We love you as a human, and I know that you had explained that this was going to be a much different trip for you. Now that you're out of it, I hope it all went well.
No, it was fabulous. I had the time of my life. I went early at Thanksgiving there, went to a Sabres game, went to Frank and Teresa Bellissimo, Anchor Bar. So my dad took us to Bills games from the time I was 7, 8 years of age. And then that stadium opened in 73, and they got the new one. Anyway, my brother, just here in the Sun Point Public Adjusters, that's what my father did, and my brother. And all his kids. It's National Fire Adjustment Company. They're public insurance adjusters. But so many years ago, I got my brother when I was doing the Raiders. He would hold the parabolic microphones, those big like saucer microphones on the sideline to pick up the field sound. He shows up one day with the Raiders. We're playing the Bills. And he's going to do it on the sideline. He's wearing a Buffalo Bills sweater and a Buffalo Bills hat. And I'm like, if Al sees you in the Bills gear, we're all done. That's why I put a big black jacket over him. So, and so now he wanted to come do it on that game after Thanksgiving, the Buffalo Blizzard. I said, you're not coming on the sideline. His grandkids, that's where we are now. His two grandsons, who both play high school football in Buffalo, were on the sidelines. And it was the most beautiful environment with the snow, and it was hard to play, and it gave the Bills a big advantage. But right after the game, and George Kittle caught one pass that game.
Yeah.
7 yards. First play of the game. He was not targeted after that. He actually saw my brother's grandsons, two of them, and pulled him over, and he's the one that took the selfie picture running off the field. So,
oh, wow.
What a great guy. George has been, without a doubt, the most valuable player for the Niners this year, and I think he's the most valuable person on the football team. And you're going through a hard year like this, to have George's energy, and the guy just never has a bad day. He's always smiling and happy and picks everybody up. But anyway, that trip back to Buffalo. The game, not so much. The 3 hours, and I think the Bills may win the Super Bowl this year. We're hoping for it, and Josh Allen's going to be the MVP. But anyway, just hearing that Sun Point Public Insurance Adjusters got me thinking of my dad, my late dad, and my brother.
Well, it's not the result we obviously wanted. But Greg, I saw a stat a couple days ago, and it's one of those like, duh, if you think about it, of course. It's not something that surprised me, but then seeing it on paper just blew my mind that Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk combined for 40 touchdowns last year, and in 24 games this year have combined for 2. Now, I know the problems are deeper than that, but golly, that sums up the season in part right there.
Without a doubt. And we've been talking about it all year. I mean, Christian scored 21 last year, 21 touchdowns. He had 14 rushing and 7 receiving. And of his 21, 18 were in the red zone. Now, he didn't play, but to go from 21 to none. How many touchdowns did Ayuk have last year? 7?
Yeah, I think so.
Ayuk's got none. And then Deebo chipped in 12. Deebo, the first two games of the year, he scored a touchdown against the Jets on a run. Second game in Minnesota, we lost the game, but he had a big game receiving. Then he got hurt. He gets pneumonia. The whole thing's weird. The one other touchdown he got was October the 10th on the 76-yarder in Seattle. So, but look at the overall numbers. And just getting ready for the Miami game, you're thinking Miami Dolphins. They had a game last year, Dave. They scored 70 points, 70 in one game. against the Denver Broncos, one of the highest scoring totals in the history of the NFL. And they could have scored more. They kind of backed off early fourth quarter. But look where they are. They're in the bottom third in the NFL in points per game.
Yeah.
Niners are right in the middle. Last year the Niners averaged about 30 points a game. They're down a full touchdown a game. Dallas is way down. Dallas led the NFL in points per game last year. They're way down. They lost their quarterback. And Miami did. They lost Tua for 4 games with the concussion. So anyway, it's just scoring is down. Passing the ball is down. Running numbers are up. You're seeing a lot of 2 safety high. But for the Niners specifically, it's been Christian McCaffrey plays 4 games. He finally came out of it in the Buffalo Blizzard. He grew up in suburban Denver. He said, I can play in the snow. Let me go. And he was high-kneeing all game. He was just churning through the snow. He was going to have a huge game. Not all running backs can run in snow. McCaffrey can run in snow. We know that now. But that stadium, they don't have heating coils underneath Highmark Stadium. So it was like it turned into a Buffalo Sabres hockey game. There was an ice rink. He slammed his knee on that field, and it was over. And then, Ayuk never got going this year in the ACL, MCL right before halftime against KC. And Debo's been in and out, but it's just been an off year for him. And probably the signature play of the whole year for him is the drop against Miami on the 3rd and 10. That Debo dig that he always caught, and that wasn't exactly a dig route, but it was an in-cutting route behind a stack formation. That's not only a first down, it's a touchdown. And he dropped the ball. So that kind of symbolizes his year, unfortunately. But anyway, John Lynch was actually on a morning radio in the Bay Area, and we gave him that stat a while ago, even talking about it. He cited it. So when you go from 40 touchdowns from 2 players, 21, 12, and 7, and you get 2 Debo touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 receiving, and none from CMC and McCaffrey and Ayuk. They were all pros last year. McCaffrey was the offensive player of the year. Ayuk was second-team All-Pro. Look no further. But why did that happen? A variety of reasons. And it's not like, it's like hockey and you're playing, McCaffrey's not playing, Ayuk's not playing, so we don't have our H-back. We don't have our X-wide receiver. We're playing 9 versus 11. That's not what's happening here. You're still putting 2 guys on the field. And they've gotten production. J.P. Mason was good. Garendo was good. And now I think we'll have a new starting running back in this game with Patrick Taylor Jr. Abanaconda, I think, will play some in this game as well, and Keyshawn Vaughn. And Jennings made a really nice transformation to X-wide receiver to play for Ayuk. But now he's not your F. Now he's not your slot. So ideally you want, Ayuk at X, Debo at Z, and Jennings at F, and Kittle at Y, and it just didn't line up this year. It was one of those years.
Greg Papa joining us. Let's turn the focus to you now for a second. I was thinking about this. In the early days when I covered mixed martial arts back in the early 2000s, I got to know the great Mark Ratner, the former head of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. And we got into a conversation on my night show once, Greg, and it was about judges and how you judge fights. And he said that judges should not do ever cumulative judging. It should not matter what you did in round 1 to round 5 to round 7, to think of every round as if it was a new chapter in a book. Turn the page and look at it dead even from the start. And I was thinking about you because I was listening to you on the station, thinking about how disappointing this year is, thinking about how different things are, and as a human, how disappointed you are because you're a fan as well. You know these guys. But is that kind of like what you have to do game on game, is not look at the big picture, which sucks for Niner fans, but just call this game as if they were, 4-10, 10-4, does not matter. You have to have a similar outlook.
Well, of course, and that's the way they're going to play the game. I mean, it's this game is a separate entity, separate DNA. It's 60 minutes of competition. Now, it's not separate. Well, the point total in the first quarter carries over to the second quarter. The quarter. The problem is the Niners have been outscored in the fourth quarter this year, 125-75. It's the worst in the NFL. So we're beyond the fourth quarter now. We're almost going into I don't want to say the 2-minute warning because we got 3 more games to play. but it's late in the year. The reason they're in this predicament, they haven't been able to finish games, but they got to finish the season well. And then also the last 5 years, all the success they've had, 4 times to the NFC Championship game and twice to the Super Bowl, they haven't been able to finish the biggest games. And we're going to get on an airplane here in the afternoon and fly to Miami. The last time a number of these players, not all of them, last time I've been in there, Kyle Shanahan, the coaching staff, a lot of people have been in that stadium, and it's been called like everything. Give me the names, all the names of this stadium, starting with Joe Robbie, the pro player, was named after like 5 different beers. It's unbelievable. What the hell? It's all the same stadium.
Yeah.
What is it? Hard Rock Stadium now. So anyway, was Super Bowl 54, and the ultimate didn't finish the game. I mean, we had a 10-point lead with 7:13 to play in the Super Bowl. They're facing a 3rd and 15, and they run 2-3 chip jet wasp. I mean, and that's Tyreek Hill, and now he's a Dolphin. So no, you got to be a pro. I mean, I did the Raider games, David, for 21 years.
Yeah.
We missed the playoffs 17 times. We made it 3 straight years with Gruden and Callahan, and then came back the Derek Carr year when he broke his ankle. Played a playoff game in Houston, and we had like our 3rd-string quarterback, a rookie in the 4th round. Felt like a preseason game. And Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Swat are clowning you. So I've been charmed the years with the Niners. 5 years I've been with them, and 4 trips, not just to the playoffs, but to the NFC Championship game, 2 years to the Super Bowl. This is year 6. I did a lot of bad Warriors teams. I did the Indiana Pacers for 2 years. We wanted to win 20 games. That's not what I'm going to show up and do the game like it don't matter if one person's listening or everybody on the planet is. It doesn't matter. And that's the way these guys play football. Honestly, I didn't notice one iota of preparation from Kyle and his focus, the team. And if you're on the field on Sunday, you're playing pro football. And if you don't give it your all, first of all, everybody's watching. There'll be ramifications for your career, for your team. And then you're going to get hurt. You can't go on a professional football field and not play balls to the wall, or they're going to take you off the field one way or the other. So it's not like basketball. And I've seen Greg Popovich, Don Nelson. I've seen, those guys tank seasons. And for Pop, it won him 5 titles to get Tim Duncan. Nelly wasn't that lucky. He got Joe Smith instead, or had to make a convoluted trade to get Chris Webber he didn't like. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I prepared for the game the same way as I always do. The broadcast will be the same. And I know the 49er players and coaches will treat it exactly the same.
I'll leave you with this. We've been doing postmortem on the Kings and how terrible they are right now and how terrible the season has been so far. Also, though, my God, that Draymond Green stat line, the Curry, that whole game yesterday, I hope, for Warrior fans' sake, that's an anomaly. But as I said earlier, there's no comparison because Warrior fans can wipe their tears and scratch their faces with their 4 championship rings, whereas God just hates Sacramento, always has. That's where we're at.
Yeah, we love Mike Brown, and Mike's son is our assistant defensive line coach here with the Niners. He played college football in Case Western in suburban Cleveland, so good guy. The season, their season's not over. It's not a postmortem. It's a long way to go. The one thing I would say, though, is Memphis is back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
John Moran and all his off-the-court problems, but they get into you. And JJ, Jaren Jackson Jr., I know his dad was a Spur, Jaren Jackson. What a talent he is. And I did not think Zach Edey could play in the NBA. The guy from Purdue, I thought he was Purdue. I thought he can't play. He's a big stiff. Wow.
Yeah.
So athletic, so big, so skilled. So Memphis was a lottery team last year.
Yep.
The Houston Rockets were a lottery team last year. They looked like this year's Minnesota.
Yep.
And then, I just go, obviously, a word of caution to Mike and the Kings, and you guys know it, and the Warriors. The West is loaded.
Yep.
It's upside down now. So Mike's a good coach, Steve. They'll figure it out, but it may not be enough. And you guys traded, got rid of Harrison Barnes off the roster and brought in, DeMar, and it changes your defense. And these other teams just get up and into you. Houston, the way they guard, they just come at you. Hey, man, brother, they got everybody on that roster shut you down. And then, obviously what Memphis can do. So the Warriors and Kings will figure it out. They got a lot of good vets, but I think it's more about, wow, this Western Conference is loaded, and lottery teams from last year, they're making the playoffs this year, and they may have home courts.
Yeah, they might be the 1 seed. Hell, they're 3 back at OKC right now, and they don't look like they're letting up. So, all right, well, look, we will not talk again before the holiday, but Jason will be here next week. Have a wonderful Christmas to you and yours. Get them cookies.
I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them when I get home off this trip.
Have a safe flight, my friend. Have a great call.
Thank you, David.
Right, thank you, Greg. Bye-bye. That is Greg Papa, the voice of your San Francisco 49ers. We'll open up the phone lines at 1-800-920-1140. I've tried all day. I don't blame you for not wanting to talk Kings, but in the next segment, we'll get to what to watch this weekend. We will take your phone calls if you wish. I've got some more audio we can play as well from last night. Then we get into celebrity birthdays and Friday fun and games. What is it going to be? I don't know. Jason's gone. Christopher Ladd, a lot of pressure on him. We'll figure out if he can meet the pressure. We're back in just 1 minute.
That way you're going long.
Oh, are we going long?
Yeah, that's what we discussed.
I said, oh, you know what? Okay, let me pull back the curtain. I said I wanted to go long with Greg Papa. I should have said, I meant like, can I go longer? But now we're 5 minutes up. Now you're right. Okay, well then in that case, you know what? That's what prep's for. I've always got prep. I've always got another place to go. I've always got something I could do. Let's see if let's play a game of audio roulette. Let's start with De'Aaron Fox last night. See if you can find a pattern here. He talks about consistency on the team.
I mean, at some point, especially in this conference, like you keep losing games like this, and then we look back like last year, and you're on the outside looking in. So, I mean, just letting guys know, like we keep talking about how good of a team we think we can be, and this and this and that and that. But until we're able to, roll off consistent wins or be consistent as a team like that means nothing.
Okay, here's Kevin Herter on needing to clean things up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the game of basketball. There's little things, there's big things. It's, obviously they're coming to focus more when you're losing. So, got to clean some things up.
And here he is on having bad starts as well.
I mean, the last 2 games we even started great. I think before that they'd Malik going in the starting lineup. I thought we did start games great. So sometimes just the ups and downs of the season. But, there's, some things in the scouting report that we haven't done great, particularly protecting the paint, finishing possessions with a rebound. I think the last 2 games have really hurt us, and got to just clean it up.
That's bad starts. Here's Sabonis on getting started early.
Obviously, it seems easy. We just got to come out and play tough or play locked in with energy, but we haven't been doing that, and we all just got to find out a way to get ourselves ready. So when the jump ball comes, we're actually there.
Mm-hmm. Also, Domas not happy with their toughness at all. Can't blame him.
I feel like tonight was the same thing as Denver. Bad start, and then bad finish, So I don't know. Today overall, I just feel like we played a bit soft, compared to how we played against Denver. I feel like everyone in general, me first, feel like I play a lot tougher. So that's something we got to change for next game.
The common thread here, guys and gals, is they all know what the problem is. They all know what the problem is. They all know what they have to do. And as I said before, look, if you're not talented or talented enough, the problem is, well, we just need to do better, and you're going up against more talented teams every night. That's one thing. These are things they can control.
As a former basketball coach.
Please.
At the Division 5 level.
Hey, better in Division 6.
One thing that made me want to pull my hair out last night was the rebounding.
Yep.
Because that was always what I was never going to get the rebound, but it was like my job to try and box out the bigger guy to make sure that we get one of their rebounds. And there would be one King boxing out, and there would be 4 other players just standing there. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. Like you either need to be going towards the other end to try and get a fast break, or you need to be crashing. You can't just stand around the 3-point line and say like, oh, who's going to get it this time?
Or like, and I haven't brought this up once because I don't want anyone to mistake in any way me. The refs had 0.0% of an effect on the game last night. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear that excuse.
Which I'm very upset about because they were bad last
They
night.
they were bad. Dude, the foul on Sabonis when Anthony Davis went over his back to try to that was such a ridiculously bad call. And then again with Sabonis, the technical foul, he's literally yelling at his own guys to step up their defense and box out and do all that. The ref on the baseline, whose Sabonis' back was to him, he couldn't even see what Domas was saying, goes up and calls the tech. And then if you guys have the game on tape and you feel like it, you can go back and watch. The ref instantly knew he was wrong, but then can't rescind it. I promise you that tech will get rescinded by the league, but can't rescind it in the moment.
I have a feeling that he called a technical foul because he knew how bad the refs were being, and he's like, okay, he's obviously being sarcastic about us.
Dude, seriously, it was so freaking lame. I mean, the ref literally had this look on his face like, I got it wrong. Well, then rescind it and go get JJ Redick mad.
Yeah, why can't you talk to the refs and be like,
they did talk to the other refs, but why can't you sit there and go, okay, I got it wrong. I thought he said something else. I was like, you get overruled on any other play. Thank God that wasn't a 1-point game. So it's
thank God the Kings played like trash.
Exactly. We'll take a break. When we come back, celebrity birthdays. Do we have another contestant or is it just me?
We should have Alan.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully we have Alan.
Celebrity birthdays coming up next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Saturday night, Kings and Lakers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 6. Tip-off at 7:30. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is finally Friday. Getting out the door to a foggy beginning and a cool start as well. Expect to have some areas of dense fog for the morning drive. For the afternoon, sun and clouds mixing in with highs today in the mid to upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's the year-end event right now at Folsom Lake Kia with huge year-end savings, low finance rates, and zero-down deals with approved credit. Come see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
You hope that you're never in a situation where you need representation, but if you ever are in that spot, you certainly want someone you can trust. And I'm sure you've seen all those lawyers on TV that just quickly process through case by case by case. Well, how about someone that's right here, that is local, that cares about you, cares about their own name and their brand, but certainly cares about our community? So if you're in that spot where you need representation, I suggest Jonathan Gonzalez at the Gonzalez Law Offices. He's right here in downtown Sacramento. And again, doesn't count you as just one of those many case after case after case. He will put in the time, put in the effort, get to know you, and is here to help. Whether it's wrongful termination cases, expungements, car accidents, whatever and wherever you feel the need for representation, I suggest you contact saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. Again, that's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at saclegaldefense.com or 916-304-9187.
The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of, with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town, and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. SubcontractorsUnited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino's giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Steven, welcome in. Good morning, Steven.
Good morning, Dave. How are you? Hello, Chris. I see you back there.
Hey, Alan's here too. Say hello to Alan.
Oh, there is an Alan. Sorry, my stream is always on, but
yeah, there's posts for that.
Dude, Aaron Davis with 20 rebounds is absolutely appalling and just blasphemous. And do you guys know what it's like, seeing all these first round picks, playing this year? You guys know what that's like?
Yeah.
I'm sure. It's really nice to see Dalton Connect out there, the rookie out there, slinging him and stuff like that. But I don't think we've ever had that chance yet. And it's kind of disheartening, to be honest with you. As a Kings fan, it just really irks me, and I'm sure I don't speak for everybody, but I'm sure the sentiment is agreed upon between multiple fans here. But dude, we've been shouting and screaming it from the rooftops that we need a 3-and-D big. We need somebody in the front court. Like, why? For the past 3 years, we've had 2 blockbuster trades. We've had acquisitions. Let's just say we've had we've had DeRozan and Sabonis. Mm-hmm. That's it. And I'm pissed because literally everyone and their mom has been shouting it and screaming it from the rooftops. Hey, let's get a big. Let's get a big. Let's get a big. Monty drafts a guard for 3 years in a row. Like, dude, no disrespect to Davion Mitchell, man, because Davion is a dog. He is a dog, and he works hard, and he busts his behind for everything that he does every time he steps on the court. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's just, we've been shouting it and screaming it, and it's obvious. It's the most obvious thing ever, but Monty is sitting on his hands and not pulling the damn trigger. And it's extremely it pisses me off, man, that how can all of the fans who aren't even getting paid millions of dollars to analyze for analysis, and we don't work the front office. We're not professionals like that. You know what I mean? We're not executives, but yet we've all been screaming for it, and nobody is listening. It's like the Farhan Zaidi equivalent, where everyone's like, hey, we need these players, we need these players, we need these players, but the analytics say something else. The analytics are telling different stories. This team is actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. The wins and the win-loss record shows it, okay? The fact that we are 6 for 9 at home proves that the Sacramento Kings no longer have that coveted home court advantage that we once had, okay? We used to have that. Everyone will walk in, you know what I mean? We'd have the crappiest, crummiest years, and every time that we played at home, though, we had a chance.
Steve,
being 19 and 70 something, you know what I mean? We had a chance to win at home, and it's lost. It's lost its luster.
No,
and it's sad.
I agree. And you know what? We've had a lack of people wanting to talk about this team today, and I don't blame them. Alan, you could just replay that call for one of your segments, because I think a lot of that sums it up perfectly.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's so much to.
Hold on.
I got the wrong.
There you go. Nope, you got it.
I got the wrong mic.
Yeah, probably. But that's fine. It's on now.
Yeah, I think the big thing here, being in that post game, and somebody, I think it was Brendan, said Mike Brown, it was just disappointed dad vibes, and I responded to your tweet when I tried to get a answer from De'Aaron, and
you asked.
He went the right route.
He did.
He went the right route.
Right answer, but you asked.
Yeah, he went the right route, and at the end of the day, something does have to change. Just real quick to make Steven mad even more for another 10-minute segment here. You know who went in that Davion draft? It was, I forget the order. I just looked yesterday. Şengün and Trey Murphy. It went Şengün and then a couple, I think a pick or so later, Trey Murphy.
Imagine Şengün and Sabonis at your 4 and 5.
Or Trey Murphy.
I'd be fine with that too, but my God. And then you follow that up with, basically drafting Rashawn Holmes' not contract last year. And then you follow it up with another guard this year who's not even going to play.
Yeah.
Maybe February.
I think the craziest thing, and he said it to you specifically, and he said it in the media scrums, that one of the probably the worst aging takes was, yeah, well, as far as the length is concerned, we have Jalen McDaniels. Yeah. The brother got cut. Yeah. They didn't, Dave, he was so bad, they wouldn't even allow us to see him.
No.
They wouldn't allow us to watch.
Yeah, I'm getting fired up again, dude. Good on you for trying to ask the question. And by the way,
and my hands were shaking.
We got to get. I don't blame you. We got to get celebrity birthdays here. I do want to say this for the record. We are asking behind the scenes. I would love to get Monty, Mike, Vivek, a player. I want to get them in a one-on-one relaxed atmosphere where we can have a back and forth and there's not an audience. I know scrums are the way it is. I don't like scrums. I don't go to the scrums.
I don't scrum.
Because I don't, it's like a high school fight.
I can't see anything in a scrum.
You bait me.
You can.
We are efforting. And Monty, to his credit, has come on in bad times before. Mm-hmm. I would love to have the conversation with him. I really would, and say, where are we at, dude?
Yeah. 2 seconds. I know we got to get to celebrity birthdays. 2020. I said this bull prediction last night. 2025 comes around. We're bringing in the new year. Wherever you're doing it, I'll be eating gumbo. Is this roster the same when the clock hits midnight?
No.
It can't be.
No. And if they lose to the Lakers and the Pacers, somebody's getting fired. That's my prediction. If they lose to the Lakers tomorrow and they lose to the Pacers and they go to 6-11 at home, someone will get fired. That's my prediction. Celebrity birthdays. La, la, la. That's a great transition. Someone will get fired at the holidays. Celebrity birthdays. Christopher Lyde, who's old?
Well, first off, birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble.
He's right.
All right. The very light birthday day today, so let's go quick here and get to Friday Fun and Games. But the movie Rocky Balboa came out on this day.
At least Chris can't win this one.
Yeah, I know, right? God, 2006. I don't know. He's talking about Rocky Balboa, the sequel,
one.
the sixth movie.
Oh,
yeah, no,
04
against Mason Dixon Lyon.
04.
We do have a correct answer.
Do we? I'm happy, whoever it is.
Carmichael Dave.
I'm even happier.
2006.
Look at that, yeah, baby.
This should be easy for you guys because we had the sequel just a month ago, a couple weeks ago.
All right.
Scream, the movie Scream.
The first one? The first
Yes.
Scream? Gosh, am I going to... 1996?
I was going to say it's one of those 5, 6, or 7. I'm going to say 7.
Okay.
We've got a correct answer. 2 for 2, Carmichael Dave.
What's going on today? I suck at these.
Now, we've got 4 birthdays. There's no one famous on this day. But let's just say happy birthday to Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
These actors, man, you just never know.
Yeah, Jonah Hill is 44.
Yeah, we're right there, right? 45.
We do not have a correct
What is he,
answer. Your
43?
streak is over. Carmichael Dave is closest, 41
Wow.
for Jonah Hill.
Clean it up, Alan. Come on, I believe in you, dude.
Okay,
show more heart
this
than the
one
Kings.
is specifically for Alan.
Oh.
He should be able to get this.
Okay.
Dick Wolf.
Are you executive producer of Law and Order?
Just because I watch SVU.
The creator of Law and Order, Dick Wolf's birthday. is
Anybody
today.
else ever laugh? This is the old thing. Anybody else ever laugh if you think about, like, if he served in the military, you don't have to go last name first, how that would have sounded?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just watch the shows.
Wolf. Dick Wolf.
Just go.
Dick Wolf is 74.
Yeah, I mean, those shows have been going around forever.
I
so
could
I'm
not
gonna
tell
say
you.
78.
We've got a correct answer.
Oh, dude, I swear to God.
I told you this was specifically for him. Alan Stiles, Dick Wolf is 78 today.
Atta baby. And also, obviously, happy 27th birthday to De'Aaron Martez Fox.
Oh, also Sean Cunningham's birthday today.
Okay, I was talking to Jody Bacon about this the other day. Nobody knows how old he is. He's got to be in his 40s.
He's got to be 46 at this point.
Something like that. I'll ask him. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Friday Fun and Games, Alan. We'll figure out what that's going to be. Run by Chris Verlaw coming up next.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is expanding. I guess you could say the Super Shop is getting more superer. That means more for you, more apparel, more equipment, more shoes, more gift ideas, more of everything you want. If you're looking for the right gift for the golfer in your life, let the friendly team of Hagen Oaks experts help you find the perfect gift. From golf bags to golf balls, from golf pants to golf shirts, from rain gear to golf gloves, Hagen Oaks has it all. And much is on sale. Visit the Hagen Oaks Golf Superer Shop, Fulton Avenue at Business 80, or find us at hagenoaks.com.
Get huge year-end savings on the all-new 2025 Silverado now at Maida Chevy.
With $8,000 off MSRP after rebates on select new 2025 half-ton Silverado LT and RST.
And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections of new 2025 Silverados in the Sacramento area.
$8,000 off new 2025 Silverado at Maida Chevy. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Available with special financing lease in some of their offices.
The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Alto the Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
It's time now for your 49er injury report, brought to you by the offices of J.G. Winter Law. In the game versus Los Angeles, the 49ers got back two key defensive players in defensive end Nick Bosa and linebacker Dre Greenlaw. Greenlaw, however, experienced Achilles soreness and played little in the second half. Also, safety Javier Brown left in the second half with a groin injury. Niners lose 12-6 to Los Angeles and fall to 6-8 on the year. Next up for the 49ers, it's Miami.
Serious accident. You deserve the law offices of Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237. Jeremy lost his mother in a car accident and knows firsthand the pain caused by tragedy. That is why he became an attorney to fight for others who are going through a tragedy. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, you deserve more. You deserve better. You deserve Jeremy Winter. 877-637-3237.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
We have finally made it to Friday
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games.
on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey now, Jason's on vacation, much deserved, back Thursday. Just want to remind everybody. Hey, Chris, can we talk about the thing on Monday?
Yes.
Okay, Monday, especially for those of you last minuters, we have 12 pair of tickets to give away to the Kings and Sixers. These are pretty decent tickets, by the way. So what we're going to do is every hour on the hour, 6A to 6P, all our live shows, we're giving away a pair of tickets. So make sure you tune in next week, as we're going to bribe you to listen to the station, as I like to refer to it. And then that will be my getaway day. Jason will return after the holiday on Thursday. Then I will see you after the new year. So you'll be covered all the way through. I know you're getting a little bit of time off too. I hope at least a couple of days.
The least
amount of
crew.
yeah. Well,
but I work hard.
You work hard. You work the hardest. You're
I have to.
You're Han
I'm
Solo.
new.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're the new kid.
I am legend.
Yeah, deal with it, Rook.
Yeah.
What's what's on tap today, there, Chris?
Well, we are going to play a game of G Leaguer or Christmas movie character.
This is already one of my favorite games of all time.
So I will give you two names. One will be a G Leaguer. One will be a Christmas character. You get 1 point if you get that right.
Okay.
You get another point if you can get the G Leaguer's team right.
Good luck.
And you get another point if you can guess the movie that the character is from.
Okay, maybe.
Now these aren't. I'm not getting like any of these weird Christmas movies that like no one's ever heard of. These are major. These are on like the top 25 Christmas movies.
I can't
on
even
IMDb.
believe you have a list like this. By the way, Alan, this is a second cousin of a game we used to do in the night show with my old partner Sean Thomas, called San Francisco Giants Farmhand or Founding Father. And I'm telling you, if you bet 50%, you're doing well. It's harder than you think.
Okay, so here's your first. We're going to start with you, Dave, since you kind of know how the game is played.
Yes.
Leaky Black and Eddie Johnson.
Okay, so you're saying one of these, just to be sure, is a G Leaguer and one is a Christmas movie?
Character.
Yes. Okay, well, I know for a fact Leaky Black is a G Leaguer because that was one of my favorite college names. I don't know which team, so every answer is going to be the Stockton Kings. Because I don't know that I know too many other G League teams. And then Eddie, you said Eddie Johnson?
Yes.
Former Sacramento King name, but also a Christmas movie character.
From what movie?
Elf.
Elf. You got 1 point.
Yes.
Leaky Black is a G Leaguer. He plays for the Capital City Go-Go.
Oh, the Capital City Go-Go's.
Eddie Johnson, you probably know him better as Cousin Eddie in the movie Christmas Vacation.
Oh, Cousin Eddie Johnson. Got it.
All right. You got the idea, Alan?
Yes, sir.
All right. So for you, we are going to go with Alex Fudge and Sam Wainwright.
Man.
Yeah, both of them probably. Yeah. Good guess. Don't get a point, though.
I'm going to overthink this.
Alan wants to say the fudge guy is a Christmas character because fudge, but he also knows that might be too easy.
Right. I don't want to
I see you working.
Outthink myself because is fudge supposed to be the Christmas character, but is really the G Leaguer. But because Chris would think that it's the Christmas character,
it's a double twisty thingy.
I'm just gonna go basic. I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna say Fudge is the G League. Fudge is the G Leaguer.
Okay.
And who does he play for?
The what is it? The Orlando Osprey.
Sure.
Okay. And Sam Wainwright, what Christmas movie is he in?
Sam Wainwright played in Every Guest for Me is either going to be Jingle All the Way or Bad Santa. I'm going to say Bad Santa.
We are tied at 1 point. Fudge is a G Leaguer. He plays for the South Bay Lakers. And Sam Wainwright is in A Wonderful Life.
What a slam by Fudge.
Oh, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, you should have known that.
It's 4 hours long.
It is.
All right, Dave, let's go with you.
Okay.
We're going to say Frank Cross and Kevin Cross.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. I think Frank Cross is a movie character, and I'm going to say Frank Cross is the movie character. Kevin Cross is the G Leaguer. Kevin Cross plays for the whatever the Vipers are, and Frank Cross is in Die Hard.
You think Die Hard's a Christmas movie?
I know you think it's a Christmas movie.
You know what? You got 2 points. Frank Cross is a G Leaguer. Kevin Cross is a G Leaguer who plays for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers.
Oh my God! Wow.
Frank,
oh my God!
Frank Cross is Bill Murray in the movie Scrooge.
Yeah, baby! That is the pull it out of your rear move of the game. Brought to you by colonoscopies. If you're of that age, make sure you check with your doctor and get one today.
Get the camera.
Yep, that's right.
All right, Alan, this one's for you.
Yeah.
We're going to go with Frankie Policelli and Myron Larrabee.
Man. Myron I feel like I only see Myrons in movies.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to say Myron is the movie. And who's the other one?
Frankie Policelli.
Frankie Cardicelli.
Frankie Policelli, Frankie's cousin, is on the... Do I have to know their name, the G League team?
I'll even let you go with who they're a farmer feeder for.
Yeah, he's on whatever the New York Knicks farmer feeder team is. Bolognicelli, and then the other one. You're looking at Christmas movies. It's not. I'm going to say Santa Claus.
I think Alan switched him. I think he got it wrong.
Alan got 1 point. But he's really going to hate himself here. Frankie Policelli plays for the Long Island Nets.
Oh,
my God.
And Myron Larrabee is played by Sinbad in the movie.
I knew it.
Jingle
All
the Way.
Wow.
Wow, Myron.
Oh, good luck living that
Myron.
one down.
All right, we got time for one more, so I'll give this to you both. You know what? Alan's behind. Let's give him a chance to go.
Alan's behind.
So we are going to go
you're a good
with
guy, Myron.
We are going to go with Gus Polinski and Frank Kaminsky.
Okay, well, Frank
Kaminsky,
is
former
the
Phoenix
Tank.
Sun. He's definitely the G League for whatever the Suns are.
Is he? Yeah,
that's what I'll say. Or the Bucks, but probably the Suns.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
And then who's the movie guy?
Gus Polinski.
Gus Polinski is in Home Alone.
Bad Santa.
Dave is the winner. Frank Kaminsky does not play for the, who did you say?
Whoever the Suns are.
No, he's for the Raptors 905.
Okay.
Gus Polinski in the movie Home Alone.
God,
that Myron one is going to give me nightmares. Now I got to watch it tonight. Now I got to make my family watch it for the 18th time.
Leaky Black is such a great, I think he went to Missouri or so. He's such a great name. All right, Styles.
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 hours.
That's right.
Kings lost. They're 6-9 at home. No one's listening to anyone
besides me.
Besides you.
Ask me what's on the show.
What's on the show today?
It is fully loaded.
Oh, wow.
Like a baked potato.
Ooh.
11 o'clock, the round table. Frankie Cardicelli, Brennan Nunes, the eternal optimist. Have the Kings broken them? 12:30, Jovan Buha, who covers the Lakers for The Athletic. You don't want to go anywhere.
Look at that. All right. So for Greg Papa, for Dave Richard, for all of you, for Christopher Laud, we will see you Monday. Please have a safe and lovely weekend. Tune in. Alan Stiles will do a far better job at breaking all of this down than I did, and he'll do it all next. Bye-bye now.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot.